Going live. Okay, welcome you Halloween horror hounds. It is time for another Halloween horror board game evening with myself, Mark W. This guy here doesn't go on camera. My son, Mr. Rob Bob. Say hello, Rob Bob.
Hello.
And yeah, so tonight we're going to play another game by the Emperors of Eternal Evil. We've been playing a board game that's kind of horror themed every Saturday night, with the exception of the Vectrex stream. So this is our third of 4 Halloween horror board games we're going to play. This is the one that's new to both of us, but it's by the same folks as um, the game we played last week, which was House on the Borderland. And so their name is Emperors of Eternal Evil. And this game tonight, though, is called Don't Let the Wolves Eat Our Baby. And of course, we've already been joking about this title all day. Let's just get this out of the way. It would be funny if it was called Don't Let the Babies Eat the Wolves. But here is this horrible, censored, gruesome scene that I showed you. Well, I censored in the thumbnail because I don't know, maybe people don't want to be surprised by that, maybe if they're just browsing randomly. But this game does have gore, as you can see. And yeah, it's a kind of a skirmish game that you play on this little map. You can see, judging by the size of my hand, let me press it down. It's not that big. Um, it makes it nice to fit on the camera, but it also makes it a little unwieldy as far as moving
Yeah, it's
pieces
hard to
around.
fit the pieces.
Yeah. So yeah, this game it's a magazine game. A lot of these games by Emperors of Eternal Evil kind of come like in like a magazine form. And hello to Stu, by the way. Stu said this had better be good. And Stu's is about freaking time. And Ryan says, I don't like that. I guess he doesn't like the baby being munched on. Or he doesn't like something about this game. And Stu says, who is headlining the convention this year? I don't know what he's talking about. Okay. So yeah, so this is a game we haven't played. I've flipped through the rules. I've played similar games by these people before. So I kind of have a pretty good idea, but we are going to have to spend some time kind of figuring it out though. Like, you know, getting through the rules and teaching Rob Bob.
Yeah, I don't
So,
know the rules yet.
but basically the idea is, well, we could start with the comic that is in this magazine that tells you the backstory. So let's get right into that. It's just a 2-page comic. Okay, beware. I'm gonna just let it loose with the profanity because this is a 18 plus only stream. All right, so we got this blizzard happening,
Even though I'm not 18 plus.
and we'll pretend you're there's some glowing eyes there or something. And look, we got this car here. Oh no, it's stuck in some deep snow. We're gonna be here a while. It almost looks like some asshole dug a pit for us to swerve into. Get anything on your phone? Can't get a call or text out. I guess the storm is too thick. And watch your mouth. Sorry, guys. Dad's a little frustrated now, is all. What are we gonna do, Dad? We're gonna be here a while. Oh, that's the wrong. This is the same thing. Well, we're not gonna panic. This storm's gotta roll through at some point. I'm willing to bet we've got enough gas to keep the heater on until it does. 8 p.m. You're gonna notice the first error in this book. 12 p.m. I think they meant 12 a.m.
Oh yeah, that'll be noon.
Crunch. I guess he is cleaning the windshield with one of these, you know, ice cleaners. Hello? Somebody's out there, says little Blondie. You appear to be out of your depth, traveler. Would you mind muting while I say this? Because
That's right.
it's echoing a lot. And we have a lot of concerned eyeballs here. Yes, there is a penis here. There are penises in this game. Looks like your family needs some warmth, almost as much as mine. Stay back. What do you want? We're going to split each of you open and drink your innards. Take a moment with your brood to discuss which of you goes first. Shat, shat! Gas tank is empty here. Lock the door. What the fuck is happening? Where'd they go, Dad? I can't see them. Crash. And we have some gore and stuff happening. So in this game, by the way, I'll finish reading the comic before I explain something. Here's some gore. Here's some blood. Blah blah blah. Daughter's not doing too well. Father says, well, he doesn't say bang. His gun says bang. He's like, bang! Dana! Dad! They're coming back! Oh, we'll be here all night, darling. Don't let the wolves eat our baby. All right, that's the premise. Okay. Susan, what the did I get myself into here? Yeah. Yeah. So, by the way, the daughter isn't dead yet. But I wanted to mention real quick that the rulebook mentions that if you are new to the game, don't play with the daughter because it adds a little bit of I don't know, complexity, I guess you could say. So I'm not going to play with the daughter. So she pretends she didn't actually get injured. She just wasn't there. She's with her grandma today, let's say.
Or she died.
Or we could just say she died, I guess. That solves that problem, that plot hole. All right, so yeah, welcome everybody. Looks like we got 4 viewers right now. You says that I hope she enjoys her demise, and Ryan says I don't know about this. Hey, you like horror, right? Hey, so most board games can't really convey any sense of horror. So I don't know. I feel like these guys do a good job of it. I mean, what are you going to play otherwise? Jaws was fun, but otherwise you're playing games like what's that VCR game that Stu was talking about, Nightmare or something. All right, so yeah, we do have to kind of figure this out. I have a pretty good idea of how to play, but I haven't done it yet. So basically this is like a skirmish kind of game, and we all start right on top of each other because as you saw in the comic, they attacked us. So I was kind of a little surprised when we were setting it up. Like I was thinking maybe some guys would be spread out in different areas, but we are all on top of each other. By the way, I am playing as the family, which is called the Hunted. So the rules will refer to the good guys, so to speak, as the Hunted, and Rob Bob is playing the Wolf people, known as the Berserkers. So um, yeah, so Stu says, Ryan, is it true that you modeled for that naked werewolf guy? And Stu said, how stupid are they to waste all the fuel? Yeah, that was pretty stupid. They were trying to ride out the storm, and they wanted to stay warm, so they left the car on. I guess I don't know. If you were in that situation, what would you do? If you were freezing, you might have to do that. Turn on the heater. But maybe you have a better idea, Stu. Anyway, yeah. So let's get through this a little bit. So yeah, the pieces that I've glued to the blue are all the family members, and because I have made the pieces bigger than they're supposed to be, they kind of don't fit on these hex spaces too well. So the rule we're going with is that the top left of each block points to where it is supposed to be sitting. Um, but yeah, that's just how we just have to kind of make do with what we got. So let's go over the cast of characters. We have the father, and each character you can see has a speed, strength, and a will to live. Um, they're kind of self-explanatory what you would think. Speed is how many spaces you can move, and certain terrain like I don't know, the trees and I think the hilly areas will cost 2 to move through. There's a whole like legend in the bottom of the map around this area. Strength is how much you add to your roll when you're fighting. So again, kind of what you would expect. You can use weapons that will add on top of your strength. So if you had like an axe or something, it might add 3. So then you would add 8 to your roll if you were the father with the axe. I'm just making up numbers. Will to live is an expendable stat, sort of. Anytime you want to re-roll a roll, you can spend 1 will. And or if you want to temporarily increase strength or speed just for that turn, you can spend will to do so. So maybe you want to just maybe you're tied after a fight roll, and then you want to spend 1 will to up your roll by 1, so you can do that. So that's what the father looks like. Let's go through everyone quick. He starts with a gun, by the way. But what these mean down here on the gun is how much you add to your roll combat roll. If this hex means if the enemy is in the same space as you, this is one space away, two spaces away, three spaces away. And the mom. Oh, by the way, the father has an ability. It's the family member in. Or if a family member is in the same attack, +3 to father's strength or handgun. So he fights even better when a family member is involved because his maternal instincts kick in, I guess. Okay, I think somebody was being an idiot, so so you guys kicked him. Thank you. So Stu says he would try to dig out the car. Yeah, in the game it's supposed to be you simply can't. The car can never move. But yeah, it's true. In the scope of the comic, they didn't really address that. That's true. Yeah, let's keep going through the characters because there's a lot of them.
Let's just say it's in a pit that they dug, like he said at the beginning.
Yeah, it's in a pit. And he said it's almost like somebody set it up this way. So the mother is generally she starts carrying the baby, but you can pass the baby around. Um, the baby is just one of the family members. And it's not like, the game title makes it seem like the baby is crucial to winning the game. But in this game, for the hunted, only one person has to survive. And what they have to do is get off the map on the north side, which is this way. So I'm at the south end of the map, and I have to get at least one character all the way at the end here. Sigley. And Rob Bob, as the evil wolf people, the berserkers, he has to kill everybody, kill all the family. But yeah, the mother has a special ability where she's good at screaming. And she has a gun that has just fallen to the floor, similar to the other gun that we looked at. Um, yeah, she's carrying the baby and screams 2 additional hexes. You can scream for help in this game, and there are neutral people who can come help you. Sometimes they will help the enemy, though. Every neutral person, we'll get into the neutral cast of characters in a moment. They kind of by default help the good guys, but there's a small chance they're actually sinister and will help Rob Bob, the evil. So here's the baby. The baby has 0 speed and 0 strength. She does have 1 will to live. That's probably just because you die, one of your characters dies if speed, strength, and will all go down to 0. So the baby can't do anything but has 1 will to live. And the baby is actually a detriment in a sense. Roll 1d6 for each turn crying. Each turn for crying. 5 or 6 is crying. So whoever's holding her, or him, I don't know if it's a him or her. Let's go with her. Whoever's holding her has a chance of not being able to issue the hide command, basically, the hide action, because the baby's crying. And lastly, since we're not playing with the daughter, our last character, the family is the son, and he is good at hiding. He can hide on any hex. Yeah.
And he's fast.
He's actually quite fast. Yeah, he has speed. Oh, the mother has speed 6 too. He begins with his Boy Scout knife, so he can stab. This means he adds 2 his strength, but only can use it in close combat because it's a melee weapon. Let's check the chat real quick. This is the second time Ryan has mentioned that I haven't fired a gun before. I'm not sure why he cares, but second time today.
Because you live in America.
Yeah. And Stu says, no. Stu says the baby doesn't start with a handgun. Yeah, maybe we should just give the baby a handgun, right?
They could probably use it.
Okay, so let's get into the evil characters. Would you hand me them one by one?
Alright. I'll just.
Okay. First off, we have Ma. Ma doesn't wear clothes very well. She has this is my first time reading the ability Blood Bite. Once a game before attack, bite. -3 to opponent's attack roll. Okay, so she can bite the opponent just once a game. Let's not look at her ugly figure too much. She has speed 7 and strength. These guys are gonna murder me. And if you notice, they don't have will to live. They have will to kill. So it works the same way though. It's just that it's kind of for the flavor of it. And she is armed with a stone axe, which is if thrown, it's lost. So you can see at the bottom again, we have the same kind of symbols. And again, the one with the hex with the 2 squares in it is for close combat. She adds 3 to close combat, or she can throw it. Adds 2 if she's 1 hex away, and only 1 if 2 hexes away. Next up,
Okay.
keep 'em coming, Rob
Uh,
Bob.
this one has a lot of
Okay.
items. Get three.
This is Bo the Third. I don't know what that name's supposed to mean. Yeah. They have a special ability, move through trees at one speed, so they're good at moving through trees. Begins with old flame. So yeah, they have these. This one has 3 weapons. This one's called Antler. So because it's got antlers on its head, I guess, or something, it can just kind of headbutt you with a melee of adding 2. They have a torch. Need torch to use old flame breath. And this is old flame breath. There was an errata. They didn't mention this. Once you hit somebody with this, they're lit on fire. It describes in the rules how it works. I think basically if you're on fire, you take a die of damage each turn or something like that. But you can use it in the same hex and add 4 to your strength, or you can actually stack 1 hex over 2. And I kind of like the little diagrams they have for the range. It makes it pretty simple. All right, let's check the chat a little bit. Stu was saying mod is disgusting. You should have to roll each turn to prevent vomiting. And Ryan said, notice he only ever sees the last 4 to 5 chats. Stu says we can say bad things about him, then say 4 to 5 more things, and he'll never see the bad thing. Oh, so on fire is bad. I thought it was good, like in NBA Jam. Okay. Next up, we have 2 wolves. So yeah, there's just 2 wolves on the board. There's number 1 over here, number 2 over there, and yeah. So they just put the 2 on the 1 card. You can always stack 2 wolves with 1 other berserker. So do they each have? Yeah, they each have. No, they have the same stats, but they're listed separately because you have to keep track of them. We're actually going to be using pencil to mark down damage and things like that. So anytime somebody gets hit, they'll be losing speed and strength. Let's read the chat. Blah blah blah. Okay, whatever those 2 guys are morons. Let's move on. That's what Stu said. Yeah. And if you notice, they have every character card has the on fire checkbox, so you can check off if they're on fire. Anybody else? I think you have
Yeah,
1 or
there's
2
two
more,
more.
right? We have the Naked Man.
Naked man.
The Naked Man is actually invulnerable.
Well, no, he can get injured. Can't die though.
Right. Naked Man cannot be killed. If injured each turn, roll d6. Result is amount of attributes healed. Healed to original number. And he actually strength. Wow, holy crap! How am I gonna survive this? I guess I gotta
To
run
run
for my
away.
life. That's it. That's all I gotta do. Will to kill 8. So yeah, even though I beat him up, he can still keep healing and get his strength back, etc. So it doesn't seem like it would generally be good for me to target him. But I guess sometimes you have to, because in the way combat works is, it doesn't matter who's the attacker. You're both hurting each other potentially. And who rolls better? And Ryan says, "Stack." I picture a wolf riding another wolf. Yeah, every kind of each side in this game, meaning blue versus red, essentially, can have a stack of 2 on a hex. But with the wolves, you can have 2 wolves plus another guy. And Ryan says, "I hope YouTube chooses that for the video pick, the Naked Man." Probably will, and I'll get like banned or something. I think it's okay to show this game. I really don't know. Papa Spud. If natural, it's not like hardcore, stuff, right? Right. Go with that. If natural 6 roll an attack, add an additional +9. So normally when you're rolling in combat, if you happen to roll a 6 on the 6-sided die, you get add a bonus 6. But here it looks like I don't know how to interpret it. Does that mean he adds 9 instead of 6, or what?
Probably instead.
If it's an additional 9, which makes me think like he would add
Yeah,
15, which means he's going to be very
seems
dangerous.
like a lot.
Well, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I don't know. Additional does seem like it would be an addition to the +6, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll probably get totally murdered in this game. All right, so this is his weapon. He also has a stone axe. Anybody else?
That's everybody.
All right, that's all of the evil people or the berserkers, and now we have 5 neutral people who could show up. We can scream for help, and one of them might arrive. Another thing is the cabin that's on the north edge of the woods, of the map. I mean, has potentially someone in it. So if we're in range of the cabin, you can scream for help, and someone might come out and help. So here are the neutral people. First off, we have a hunter. Hunter, he begins with a rifle and knife. By the way, again, all of these neutral guys are actually on my side unless Rob Bob rolls a 6 for them. And what we're going to do actually in a moment is I'm going to step away and Rob Bob is going to roll secretly for each of them. He's going to make a sinister roll for each of these neutral people. And for each one that comes up a 6, he's going to write a check mark. That means when they actually are in the game at any time, he can say, well, he's actually sinister, and he starts controlling them instead of me controlling them. Here's the hunter. He basically shoots stuff. 6 rolled when shooting rifle. Draw a kill card. Kill equals death. And Stu says, let's go over the chat. I have to go beyond 4 or 5 back, or I will get made fun of. Rob Bob, you should start calling your dad Papa Spud. I mean, I'm down with that. Seems sort of one-sided. Stu said, yeah, I think I'm not supposed to be fighting generally. I'm supposed to be getting the hell out of here. There's a cool technique I can use called hiding, which lets me sort of split into two. When phrased like that, it sounds stupid, but what it means really is I have to put the boy back in a moment.
You can use mitosis.
Use mitosis. No, what it means is like this is the sun. So say I'm hiding. Now I have two pieces, right? And I can move them separately, and um, he won't know which one is the real one until he either tries to. I think it's when he tries to attack one of them, or he uses his for his one turn, for his one action for the turn. He uses the seek action, and he can find me. Something like that. So I have some tricks up my sleeve to get away, basically. But I can only hide when I'm out of line of sight, which right now I am not. So I guess one of my goals might be to run through some trees like these ones here or something, and then I can hide and split up and hope that he chases me.
What's line of sight?
Line of sight means can you draw a straight line from the hex you're in, the thing you're looking at, and basically what blocks it is trees, these hilly things, I think. I would have to check the rules to be sure, but I think it's basically just those. Also, another character blocks line of sight, it said, actually. Okay, let's keep going through the neutrals. Yes, we have the tall, hairy thing. And Ryan says, I'm pretty sure Mark is the tall, hairy thing. But yeah, I mean, consider that this guy is on my side by kind of like 5/6 at a time, right? So I actually have potentially some bruisers who can help me. He's gigantic though, so he cannot stack. But yeah, he has 10 speed and 18 strength. Remember, I was impressed with the naked guy's 12 strength. This guy has 18, and he has a strong will to live as well. He's um, got a lot of willpower.
Same as the naked man.
Naked man has 8. Okay, 8. He has 8 will to kill. Set up place on nearest tree hex per scream roll. Yeah, so I'll have to check the scream rules, but basically, if I scream for help, he'll appear in the nearest tree. It sounds like if I draw him. When you successfully scream or whatever you call it, successfully scream, you draw one of these guys at random essentially. So next we have some hippie guy or some mountain man or something named Sage Moonbeam, and he can keep 2 wolves away from his hex. Yes, they just can't move through him. Yeah, otherwise he's not super strong or anything, but he's another person. And he has a Bowie knife. Ryan says, Stu and I don't cotton to no hippies. Okay. Next we have the pissed off old moose.
Old with an E at the end.
Here's the thing, on this sinister roll card, they don't give you the pissed off old moose. I wonder if he can never be sinister, or I think we have to assume they made an error here and they left it out as well, because there's always a bunch of little errors in these games. So, but I could check on that. So in the event phase, move the moose towards the nearest character and attack. Oh, he's on no side. Look at that. He's on no side. He has no allegiance. He just moves to the nearest character and attacks. And he has speed 8, so he's fast, and a strength of 14. I don't know how the will to live would work though, because you would need a controlling player to say I'm going to spend a will to live. I guess we're going to ignore that probably. Okay, so that's why he can't be sinister though. Lastly, we have Joe. Joe has been in like 2 other games by this company. He's always this guy like driving a car, or in this case, he's driving a plow, I think. And Stu said, I just opened a beer. I can't watch this without it. This is effed up. Ryan said, what are you drinking, Stu? Stu said, the Blue Moon. Okay. Blue Blue moon. Saw me standing. Okay, here's Joe. He's not particularly powerful, but I think he comes with the plow. I have to. Yeah, setup always plays in the plow. He's driving the plow, and there are vehicles in this game besides the um the one that's broken down, so they can just drive up randomly. So some poor schmo is gonna potentially drive up when these wolf people are trying to murder a family, and you can get in the car and run over people and stuff like that. But here's the plow. It looks like Joe is driving the plow which has speed 8 and strength 10. And if you're in a plow, basically the plow does the combat moving, and it takes the damage. Once the plow is down to I think 0 of either speed or strength, then it's useless, and the damage applies to whoever's inside instead. Something like that. All right, so that's all the neutral people. Now this is where the game gets gory is you have these kill cards. So anytime somebody loses all of their stats, so speed, strength, and will to live or will to kill all go down to 0, you get to draw one of these cards to see what horrible fate befalls you. But one of these cards is actually a mist, meaning the attack missed and you're fine. You didn't actually die. But generally, though, you get to see what your horrible fate is in graphic, gory detail. So that's fun. All right, I think we can try to begin.
Need to go over how this game works.
Well, we can just kind of jump into it at this point, maybe. Maybe we can explain a little bit more.
Yeah.
We each, by the way, have these three. We each have three of these. These are special once per game powers. These are Robobs. They're red. He has +4 adrenaline, which means I think you have +4 to any between all your guys. You can consider strength and speed. Maybe will to live too. I don't remember. This one is called Attack 1. In stack text, yeah, basically means if there's two of my guys in a stack text, you can choose to target one of them specifically. So, like, normally all both people on my side would be in the fight, but if you want to target one specifically, like there's one weak guy, say I'm attacking them, it could be the baby, for example. I'm calling the baby, and you want to kill the baby, you target the baby. I think appear anywhere. So yeah, if I didn't have enough problems, I think it means you can basically teleport one piece anywhere. Something he appears like Jason is or one of those slasher guys who always just happens to be right where the protagonist is running off to. Just like it doesn't make sense usually, but they just kind of appear there. So as the good guys, I actually have some of these too. I have dodge attack, basically canceling any attack one time. Hide before attack. If I'm about to get slammed by a nasty attack, I can just hide. And my other once a game is also a +4 adrenaline. Add 4 to any of my stats for the turn. Okay. Oh, yeah. So, I guess we should get into the sequence of playing stuff, which is basically not too much. You have an event phase where we're going to roll 2 dice on an event chart. That can be a bunch of weird things. It can be like the naked guy starts turning into a wolf. It could be a random car starts driving up the road. Things like that. It can be the weather change. I forget what weather status we're on by default, but there's 3 different weather statuses essentially. And one is blizzard, which is like the no effect one. I guess it's kind of the default. Maybe that's what we start with. There's whiteout, which is extra blizzardy, -2 speed, no ranged, no hide any, and no scream. So you can't scream for help. You can't shoot ranged weapons. You can hide in any space, and your speed is reduced. And lastly, we have clear, which means no hiding. Joe Def smokes camels, no filter, says Ryan, and Stu said 9 out of 10 doctors recommend camel. I think in another game I have, Joe is driving a Camaro. Okay. So yeah, basically that was we talked about the event briefly, but then there's the hunted action. So that's me. I'm the hunted. I can move all of my characters essentially, and each one has a move and a single action. So I can move a few spaces and conduct an action. The actions are pick up or pass item, which includes the baby. I can pick up an item, give it to somebody else in my space, you know, pass pass the baby around like we're playing football or something. I can hide, and well, I think only the berserkers can seek, and only I can hide. Grab or carry. You can actually try to pick somebody up and carry them around. If you're stronger than them, you can do that. You can kind of just drag them around. It's strange. You can do that, or you can just do an attack. Screaming can be performed once at any time during a character's movement and is not considered an action. So screaming is for free. Um, I guess I'm going to be screaming a lot. You can scream too, though, which is weird. But
I don't know why I would.
right, generally the neutral guys are on my side, as we said. But yeah, you could scream, especially if maybe there was only one left that hadn't come into the game and you knew he was sinister. But here's how you win the game. The hunted have to get one character off the map on the north side. The berserkers must kill the entire family. Tusa just continuously scream. Yeah, it might take you out of hiding though. I think it does. I'll have to check on that. But that could be the reason why not to scream.
And your throat gets tired eventually.
Yeah, your throat gets hoarse. You get a sore throat. I think a future sore throat is the least of these people's problems though. Yeah, so event is basically the chart like I mentioned. Movement, in the movement step you can move and conduct one action. You can move your speed worth of hexes, but depending on the terrain, it could cost more than one speed. So for example, the woods hex costs 2, and again they have a legend down here which says 1 speed for snow and road, so like the road is this, and snow just means a blank space. 3 speed for the river. There's a river going along here, so if you want to cross the river, that costs 3 speed. 2 speed for rocky, which are these little hilly things, and 2 speed for the trees, which are like these guys. And Ryan says the hunter shouldn't be hunting at night. He must be a poacher. Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
He could be in the cabin.
Could be. Okay, you can use will for movement. In other words, spend your will to go faster. But remember, your will doesn't, I don't think it regenerates ever. Unless you're that naked guy. Maybe. Stacking, yeah, we can get into the detail of stacking, but basically it's 2 per side, with some exceptions like those wolves that can stack in addition to another evil person. Vehicles we can get to when a vehicle comes into play. Right now we have no vehicles. Screaming is not an action. Berserkers can also scream. You roll 2 dice when you scream. That's the number of hexes the character can be heard. If the character's scream reaches the hex of a neutral car or the cabin, a neutral character is drawn and placed in the car or cabin. The character has heard the scream and can be played by the hunted the next turn. A special setup may be specified on the character sheet. Note the moose or tall hairy thing cannot drive a car. Simply redraw if able. In other words, if your scream reaches the car, you draw a random one, and if it's like, the moose or whatever, then it doesn't count. The moose can't be driving the car. Redraw. Okay, I'm trying to see what else I can get through so I can confidently start. You actually have, if you roll doubles on your screen, you have a super screen. I don't know what is,
You have to
okay.
add and roll over.
And roll over is not tells controls, but what you do is if you roll doubles, then you roll 1d6 and consult the character direction hex to determine the direction the character appears. So basically, if you roll doubles, something definitely appears, and it's in a random direction, the distance that you rolled. So if you roll 2 4s, that it would be 8 spaces away, and you would roll the die. This little hex here, you probably can't see it too well. Basically, it says 1 is north, 2 is northeast, etc., and that's where the thing would appear. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be screaming a lot. I'm assuming I'm assuming it cancels hiding, but I'm not actually seeing that in the scream section of the rules. Maybe in hiding it mentions it. Yeah, a hidden character that screams is immediately unhidden. That's why you don't want to scream sometimes. All right, picking up and passing. Yeah, you just pass items around and or babies around.
Maybe you want the baby because it's an extra screaming.
Uh, no, the baby doesn't give you extra screaming. Oh, maybe it does. Is there any reason why I can't? I think the baby could scream.
Probably.
Yeah, it says each character can do it. This is a character. All right. The baby is useful for some reason. I was thinking the baby was kind of useless. It has the drawback of the crying can take you out of hiding.
That's also the upside.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions about how hiding works? I kind of basically explained it. No. Okay.
So
Uh. Yeah. Line of you can only hide if you're out of the line of sight. If will is used for extra movement while hidden, both stands can make the extra movement. That's good to know. So seeking is the action that you can take to seek a hidden guy of mine. If you enter a hex of a hide stand, as an action, the player asks if the stand is the hidden character. Player must be honest. If not character, stand is removed from map and character has used their action. Stand is the hidden character. Remove any other stand and immediately conduct an attack. If entering a hex with two hidden characters, it may only choose one to seek. May conduct a ranged attack against a hide stand. After attack, player must reveal it. So you can just shoot into a hidden, potentially hidden character, and that will reveal. I guess if you have you don't actually.
I can throw the axe
Yeah, you can throw axe. Okay, so you do have a ranged weapon.
and the flame breath.
So yeah, most of these rules I do have a decent grasp of, but then I look at the grab and I'm like, I'm not quite sure why you'd want to do this. I guess. Well, let's go over it. Maybe it'll be obvious to you, Bob, or anybody else. The character may grab slash carry another character. Both characters consult their strength and roll d6s, adding their strength to the result. Character attempting to grab someone must have the higher result. Characters cannot use weapons in grabbing action. A grabbed character must move with and at the speed of the character grabbing. So, basically, if I grab your guy, I'm carrying you, and you have to come along with me. Maybe I can dump you in the river. Uh, Place the carry character stand on the grabbing character's sheet. Two characters may grab one character, so two can actually grab one together. I'll take the hand, you take the feet. Grabbing must be continued each turn to maintain. So you have to keep making the rolls each turn, or the grabby or the grabbed person gets out of the grabbing. The grabs can attempt to escape the grab by conducting the same action on their turn, so I guess you make the same kind of roll to escape. The grabbed can be attacked. If attacked, the grabs can only use strength and defense, so normally you can use strength plus a weapon, but if you're grabbed, you cannot use the weapon. Mm,
You have I have these
Yep.
uh camera these things.
Yeah.
Just wondering what yours were.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We can go into a little bit more detail just to make sure we understand them right. But I think that can instantly hide right when you're about to attack me. This one is just like your +4 adrenaline. I have one too, so I can add 4 to all my stats for the turn. But I can apply it to any or all characters. Like I can do 1 speed on the father and 2 strength on the mother. Maybe turn the baby into a super baby temporarily. And dodge attack. I think that just cancels any one attack after the roll. But the rules do explain what each one does if we want to make sure we understand them fully.
Okay.
But yeah, why do you want to grab? Trying to grab a character stacked with another, both strengths of stacked characters are added. Baby is considered an item when picking up and passing does not need to be grabbed. Yeah, so why grab? I'm not entirely sure, but since they don't roll their weapon in the combat, I could have two guys or just one guy grab one of his, and then somebody else attacks him, and he's weaker in a sense because he can't use the weapon. Or I could kind of if I'm trying, all I have to do to win is get one guy off this edge of the board. If I could grab some of his guys and just have one of mine run away, then I can win that way.
Or if one of your guys is about to get to the end, I could grab them and then take them away.
Yeah, you could do that. You could bring him back in and then eat him. Um, And Ryan said, I have to say the board and pieces are very underwhelming on this game. I mean, it's a very indie thing. It's basically one guy and a couple of his friends. Nate Hayden, I think he lives in Colorado. He doesn't do the art though. He has a friend who does the art. So I always appreciate indie things, even if they aren't super highly used, as long as they got the fun spirit in them. You know what I mean? I do have another camera set up, by the way. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. I could always put like a character card here, and we could zoom in like that on the fly. We'll see if I actually want to use that. And Stu said at least the guy's junk is not underwhelming. All right, so that's about grabbing. Attacking. I mean, attacking. We kind of already described attacking. We each roll a die. We add our strength. We add the weapon's strength bonus. If you shoot somebody, they still roll and add their strength. The strength is just kind of symbolizing overall, physical prowess. So maybe they dodge well or something. But they can't. If you're shooting me, I can't add my weapon as part of the defense, basically. If you roll a 6, you add an additional 6. So for a total of 12. So if I roll, if I'm shooting you and you're with this gun and you're one space away, I would add 10 to my roll. And then if I rolled a 6, I would add 12 altogether for a total of 22. But my personal strength would not figure into a gun attack. That's how it works.
That makes the additional 15 from the other guy sound less, sound more reasonable, I
Okay.
think.
It's 50. I think it would be
I don't know. I guess, I don't know.
what did it say again? You want to just cross the road when we get there? What's the phrase? Cross that bridge?
Just says if natural 6 rolled an attack, add an additional 9.
Do you think it's instead of the additional 6?
Probably.
I guess we'll go with that unless it seems silly when we get there. And Stu said if I felt good to grab something, that's what I would grab and yank hard. And maybe the guy can't be killed, but I bet that would hurt. That's true. I mean, that would disable him for a turn, I think. This would make a good Evil Dead board game, says Ryan. Yeah, they could probably use this kind of engine for, the kind of game design for Evil Dead. The ranged attack we basically explained. You're yanking on my cord. In two and you can do a 2 versus 1 attack. You add the character's strengths together essentially and the weapons, but you still roll one die. You don't roll two. And if you have 2 versus 2, you just do separate attacks, one on one and another one on one in parallel, sort of. If you're on fire, you must roll a d6 for each turn on fire and take the damage. Same thing for bleeding out. Bleeding out only applies to the daughter who we're not using. Um, if you're dead, you lose all your stats. You draw the kill card, like we talked about. If image of death, the character is dead. If the miss card is drawn, the character survives and adds +2 to any stat, and the kill deck is reshuffled. And some more vehicle stuff that I think we can skip until we find a vehicle, actually. That's pretty much the rules. Then it talks about the once a game abilities, which you had a question about, or I guess we
I
both
just
did.
was wondering what yours were.
Yeah, so we already described adrenaline. I think we got that one down, basically. That can only go to strength or speed, though, not to will. Dodge attack, I can use this. May be used to ignore attack, can be used after the results of an attack. And if you cannot attack again after I do the dodge, if there was any question about that. Hide is before an attack used to immediately move to the adjacent hexes and hide. I kind of move away for a moment as well. And again, you have the adrenaline as well as attack 1. If attacking a stack of 2 characters, Berserker can attack 1 character rather than having to fight both. And you can appear anywhere. 1 character may appear anywhere on the map, must respect stacking rules, which I can only assume means like a teleport. All right. Shall we just do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a little unfortunate that everything's a little cluttered here, but we'll do what we can. What can I say? I'm going to zoom in a little bit, move my awkward setup a bit. Okay. So first thing we do is roll Is everybody in the right place here now? It's like there. Ma is here. Wolf 1 is there. Bo is there. Beauregard was. So the daughter is non-existent. She died. Ryan says there hasn't been focusing problems. That's good. All right, so let's begin event. The first thing we do is event roll. Would you like to roll the events, Rob? Bob, 2 dice. You just roll right on the board.
Okay. Don't I also have to roll who's sinister or not?
Oh yeah, let's do that first.
That.
Okay, first thing first, sinister. So I'm gonna step away, and Rob is gonna roll
So
1 die for each of these 4
isn't there
guys. Yep.
just one more, right?
Yeah, the moose can't actually be
Oh,
sinister.
right.
We figured out. So he's gonna secretly roll each, and for every 6, he's gonna check it off, and he's gonna hide this piece of paper and put it upside down. Put it to the side over there.
Yeah, put it upside down
This
instead.
is just to prove, to keep track of it or to prove it, whatever you want to say. But I shouldn't see this. And you guys, he's gonna share with you guys watching, Stu and Ryan, anybody else who might be watching. But don't spoil it in the chat.
I won't say anything really, because they'll hear.
Did you have your pencil?
I don't know where it went.
Okay, you can use that one. Oh, yeah, that is yours.
Okay, yeah, this is mine.
All right, so I'm gonna say see you for a moment, and he's gonna just tell me.
So I'm gonna roll. Sure. Okay. I'm gonna roll. Okay. I guess that'll go for the first one. Gonna that. And now, second one. I didn't cheat. Forgot to say it. Okay. And number 3. That's yeah. You want me to reroll? You want me to reroll? I'm not gonna reroll. And number 4. Okay. Reroll for number 3. Let's do. Okay. Well, doesn't matter. Okay. This is the results. Hide that. I gotta accuse me of cheating.
Okay, if he claims to have rolled all 4 6s, I will assume he's cheating. Okay, he removes his spoiler comments. Thanks to. I like this kind of secret stuff going on. It's fun. Camera go. All right. Can we just slide the whole board? Okay. Yeah. So that was the very first setup kind of thing, I guess. But now let's roll the event dice. Shall I roll? All right. We're gonna have a special event that happens. We get a 7. I think that's just the weather changes. It's the most common one. And by the way, you get a lovely pin up in the center. I don't know. Here's our pin up. Okay. 7 is weather changes. Weather changes. Roll d6 changes dependent on the current weather. And I kind of missed in the rules if it even said it what it starts at, but I'm assuming blizzard. Let's roll to see what it changes to. 1. Blizzard changes to clear, which is actually sounds good.
Better for me.
Yeah, you would think that, I would welcome the clear weather, but that means I can't hide. That a drawing or a photo? I think that was a photo, Ryan. Very interesting there. A very dirty person. Or are they hairy? I'm not sure which. Okay. So the weather is clear. Let's put that on the board somewhere. Oh, right here. There's a place for it. No hiding. That sounds terrible because my plan was to just kind of duck behind trees, hide, and start running. But I can't hide. So
So just run.
just run and shoot. Okay, so I guess I go first now. So what the heck am I gonna do if I can't hide? I guess yeah, like I guess what I said, run and shoot. And scream a lot. Yeah, okay, who's gonna go first? So the baby's being carried by
Baby,
mom.
you run.
I see no reason to like separate baby.
Could the baby actually run with the adrenaline?
I think technically by the rules, yeah, because with the adrenaline, I would give the baby speed, and all of a sudden it's crawling along. Ah!
If it was right by the edge, that might be a good
The
idea.
baby crawls up the edge of the map and wins. All right. So yeah, we got son, mother, and father. I don't really see any reason offhand to give the baby to anybody else. I guess let's go with the mother holding the baby, and she'll run. Start with that. It seems like a reasonable thing. She has speed of 6, and she can shoot. So she could actually, you can mix up your movement and shoot. You could shoot before or attack. I mean, before any attack before you move, between moves, or after all your moves. But what might be good is she'll shoot and then take off. Because you're more effective when you shoot when you are closer. So it'd be better to shoot first and then move. So yeah, mom can shoot. The naked guy seems like he's kind of not the best target because he's always regenerating. Maybe I'll shoot. Who's this guy? What's his name?
That is Papa Spud.
Papa Smurf.
Papa Smurf.
What are Papa Smurf's stats again?
7 speed, 9 strength, 3 will kill,
Okay,
and a stone axe.
sure. I mean, I could iterate over every option and take too long thinking, but let's just shoot Papa Smurf.
You don't have time to think.
Don't got time to think. That's true. So mother is gonna roll. How many spaces away? It looks like 2. That means it's gonna be. We're adding 9 strength to the roll. Eats, shoots, and leaves. Panda bear. What?
Like bamboo shoots.
Oh, got it. Naked man's gonna eat your entrail. Yeah. All right, so you get to roll. What's your strength again for that character?
9.
9. All right. By the way, you take the difference in damage. It's like total control. What about the wolf? What does wolf
The
do?
wolf
Like, I guess the wolf
each has 7.
Okay. I'm not sure if I have line of sight because there's people in the way. The sun is in the way. All right. I think basically she can only shoot Papa Smurf or the naked man. So she'll shoot the Papa Smurf.
Who's here?
That's a wolf.
You probably shoot that.
Wolf 2. Think so? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to figure out the line.
I don't know.
The way we got these cluttered things all around. But basically, it would. If we want to get really precise about it, it's the center of the hex, from the center of the hex to the center of the other hex. So it'd be like this one. Actually, that's totally fine. I think. Well, if you're okay with it, maybe I'll shoot that wolf.
No, I'm not okay with you shooting my guy.
If you're okay with the line of sight interpretation.
Yeah, I think that works.
All right, we're gonna shoot the wolf. So Mama takes her HNK USP, opens fire. So you add strength to your roll, and I add 9 to mine. The wolf.
Okay.
I got a total of 12. What's yours?
2 plus 7 is 9.
All right, so that's the difference of 3. So subtract 3 from speed and or strength. You can divvy it up how you want from the wolf.
Oh, that's number 2, right?
Wolf 2, yeah. And so I can show the camera what that looks like now. Okay. I was writing a thesis over there. sure to practice safe hex. Yes, Stu. Yes. So yeah, just wanted to show you how you just subtract right off the card. So oh yeah, he subtracted 2 strength, two speed and 1 strength from the wolf. Got shot a little bit. Got shot a little bit. He takes a lot of bullets. Okay, now mother is gonna.
Could I also subtract from will to kill?
No.
How does that work then?
So will to kill you spend to either just for the turn add a speed point, a strength point, or you can add to an attack roll right after you rolled. I think you can re-roll any 1 die too with the will. Pretty sure you can do that. You can get to the specifics. Yeah. It's for the attack, possibly only though, not other die rolls. So you could spend a will to re-roll that die if you want,
Okay.
or to add a
Might.
strength point
Okay.
for the turn only. You're good for now?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so now I have to figure out exactly moving this person. So she has speed of 6. She's not slowed down while holding the baby. I'm actually gonna move this aside for now. We're gonna go this look like trees right here, so that would be 2. They could go 3, 4, 5, 6 or something like that. I think I got that right. Wait a minute, this space here, I can't even tell. 1, I guess going through the trees would count as 2, even if it's not. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 6. All right, we'll say we're here. Here, maybe, mommy. Again, we're using the, since they don't really fit in the hex, we're going to say the top left corner points to the exit there. Okay, so that's 1 character. I guess she should scream. Yeah, let's make her scream. She has +2 to her screaming. Good screamer. Now, how does that work exactly? I roll 2 dice. I guess basically I need doubles, right? So I can either reach the cabin, which is over here off the zoom in, or a car.
That's probably way too far though.
Right. So it would have to be the doubles that would make something happen. So let's roll for the scream. She gets an 8 and no doubles. Becomes 10. Is she actually somehow possibly 10 away from cabin? I don't think so. But
I
let's
don't
check.
think they would make it like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 away from the cabin. She cannot reach the cabin with her powerful vocal cords yet. All right, so now I think the father is going to take a similar course of action here and shoot and run. Now, the only problem is the son doesn't have a missile weapon. He has a Boy Scout knife that you can't throw. Yeah. There is an action to give an item to someone, but that I could not shoot and then give an item at the same turn. You only get 1 action. And Ryan says, yeah, the pieces are bigger than the hexes. They kind of are, but I glue. These are my pieces. The blocks, right? These are the exact kind of standees we had in the game last week, where they were kind of really hard to see. They probably would fit better, but I decided to make them more appealing on the eyeballs. Um, last week it was very hard to work with them, so that's why I did this. But I don't know.
I forgot to unmute. I said that he could have just put them on nothing.
Right, but yeah, I mean we could have just done that. Just use these as counters. Anyway, and Stu said, "I hope the naked man doesn't shoot." Yeah, I mean what I could do is not now, obviously, but I could blow up the board. I don't know. I guess maybe it wasn't the best decision for this particular game. But the spaces in the other game we played last week were bigger, yet these pieces are the same size. So I think I was assuming that they'd be the same size. But oh well, you live and learn and stuff like that. Yeah, let's shoot and run. Who are we gonna shoot though? I don't like Naked Man. He sucks. Generates too well. How's Maud? How are Ma's stats? She's right next to me. She's a good target. What are Ma's stats?
7 strength, 8 or 7 speed, 8 strength, 5 will to kill.
Okay, Dad's gonna shoot Ma. So he's only one space away, and with his Sig E238, he would add 10 to his roll. So let's roll. What do you add? 7?
Uh, 8.
8. Okay. I got a 14, you got a 13. Not the best shot.
1 damage, right?
Yeah, I guess I could add a will. I don't think I really. Yeah, just take the damage.
I
If
will
you
not use a
please.
will. I'll remove 1 strength point.
Okay, now Father can run with a speed of 5. Let's see. You could go. I don't have any specific plan here. I wish I could hide, but I cannot. Go 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah. Okay, now it's the son's turn. He's left with the whole mob here. The Mom, Dad, what are you doing?
Not his turn yet to run.
Well, yeah, Ryan, these are supposed to be foldable stand-up things. I just printed these out and cut off half of them, just like in the last game. Remember that? Same exact kind of pieces as in the last game that we played. So maybe it would have been better, but they don't look good on an overhead camera because you kind of have to see them from the side a little bit. I don't know. All right, so the son has speed of 6. I guess he's just gonna run. He can hide on any hex, but I'm assuming because of the clear no hiding that would take precedence, sort of. No hiding. We need to get some better weather. Worse weather. All right, son is gonna run with a speed of 6. Uh, my old eyes can't handle all the gray blobs
I
and
can
stuff.
barely see it.
Yeah, looks like it has trees right here. It's funny. I look at the camera. I mean, on the screen, I can see a little bit better. But
Should have made the borders lighter.
thinking of like taking like one of those goldish sharpies and outlining all the X's. 1. I think I can avoid the trees though. I can go 1, 2, 3. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'll go in the woods and hoping I can hide soon. Let's do that. I don't know. Hopefully the weather will swing soon. And Ryan said I like to come into Mark's streams and continuously complain. Yep.
That everybody?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't scream. Can I backtrack and make
Oh
him
yeah,
scream?
yeah.
Okay. So Dad is gonna scream. He doesn't have a bonus to screaming like the mom though. He did not roll doubles. 5. Obviously 5 does not reach the cabin, and now the boy is gonna scream. And he did not roll doubles, and 7 does not reach the cabin. Okay. So now it's your
All
turn.
right. So wait, how do turns work exactly for me?
Yeah. So you can move each berserker character, and your turn consists of moving and 1 action. You can do the action before all your moves, between moves, or after all the moves. You can move 2 and then do an action, and move the rest of your move, or whatever. And the actions that you have, you can pick up or pass an item if you want to hand like a weapon to somebody else in your space. You can hide. Well, you can't hide. Only I can. You can seek if I'm hiding. Doesn't apply now. You can try to grab somebody, or you can attack. I think mostly you're probably gonna just grab or attack.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go. I don't know. It doesn't matter the order. I guess I'll do the naked man first.
The big man's coming for me. What's your speed?
Speed is 8.
Oh, everybody's faster and stronger than me. He's naked too. Looking good.
So I'll just move him, I guess.
Go for it.
So how do I indicate that he's on this tile?
Put him on top of it.
Alright, so he's by the father
Same space, right?
on the same space, yeah.
I would just stack them in the same order.
I didn't. Okay, I don't know.
Huh?
No, never mind. I'm not. I forgot what number the movement was at, but it doesn't matter because I'm not gonna move him after this.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna attack me.
Yeah. So,
I'm in trouble.
okay. So I'll attack him.
You know, the weather only changes when you roll a 7, which is a common number, but it could still be several turns before the
Like
weather
any seven?
changes. Oh, no, on the event roll, I mean.
Okay.
So I could be stuck with clear weather and therefore be unable to hide for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So that's gonna be pretty terrible. All right, anyway, I'll stop. I'll
Yeah,
stop from
he's
complaining.
running around naked in the snow. How's he not freezing?
Stu said I called BS and running around naked like that would cause pain. Well, he's some kind of wolf-like creature or something, or he's in touch with his wolfy self, which apparently means being naked.
5 strength.
Don't touch my baby.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. You have to roll 2, right?
Yeah, you're attacking that, of course, right?
It's 2 dice, right?
One die. So I'm not sure if I can use. I think I can use the gun in this fight. Let me check on that. Basically, when you attack someone, it's like a two-way fight. It's not thought. You don't think of it like I'm hitting you or in this case you're hitting me. It's kind of a two-way fight. So I think I can use the gun. Let me just make sure that
You can use it on the same tile, right?
in yeah. Let's read what it says about close combat. In close combat on the same hex, both characters add their weapon strength on the item card. If item says add strength, the strength of the character is also added. Yeah, so with guns you don't add your personal strength as well, but I would add the 12 because it says in close combat here.
So 12 plus your roll.
Right.
Against my roll, which is also 12 plus.
Oh, okay.
This guy's as powerful as a gun.
Yeah, I guess the gun is powerful. All right, let's go. My total is 15, yours 18. Ouch.
So I hit you for 3.
Yeah, that sucks.
Whatever
Oh,
you
you rolled a
want.
6. That's an extra
Oh.
6 as well. Oh, no.
You get 9.
Oh. I can only take 10 hits.
Can you do like will?
I have to use a lot of will. Okay. So, yeah, so Rob Bob rolled a 6, which gives him an extra 6 to his roll. And therefore, the difference was 9. And each hit is subtracting from speed and or strength. So basically, I'm close to being dead, except I have this 5 will, which I could, I mean, I pretty much have to spend it, right? I could use it once per game dodge attack. I kind of hate to use it early, but I feel like
It does seem like a good opportunity for that.
I feel like I'm either spending like at least 3 or 4 will or using that. But I also feel like there's going to be worse worse attacks coming up.
Yeah, I don't know. Your call. Like,
As Stu says, I told you this would be a massacre. I acknowledge, Ryan. I don't know how serious you are, but I will not show that thing. Okay. Dude, what am I gonna do here? It's too bad they're not a family member in the same attack, 'cause then I get a +3. All right. One dodge. I don't know. I mean, I feel like just in this one turn, you're probably gonna get at least like 1 or 2 good more solid attacks against me. Is there any way I could replenish will? I don't think there is. I need help, guys. I need help from Joe the Snowflower River. All right, I'm gonna use the dodge attack.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna regret this later, but
He is my strongest guy.
dodge attack is used. That's it.
Okay, and that's that guy. One of
Okay, Ryan's joking. Okay.
like 5 more. So next I'll move, I don't know, Wolf 1.
Wolf 1.
That's this.
Yep.
He has 8 speed, which is the same as the
Gotta get a
naked man.
car.
And
Run over the wolves.
where is he?
So can see because of your hand, but top left is pointing to the square.
3, 4, 5, 7.
Okay, he's in the same space.
Okay.
Attacking dad.
Yeah.
Good lord. Okay, let's do it. So again, I add 12. What do you add?
7.
Okay, at least I'm a lot stronger than the wolf. Oh, that's the injured wolf, right? No, it's not.
No, that's not the injured one.
Yeah. Total 15. Total 10.
So,
I did 5 damage to the wolf.
okay.
Ah, see that? Nice. Stu says, this is a very sadistic game. I'm sure the intent is to massacre the family. And Ryan asks, if the moose isn't aligned in any way, does that mean both players could lose? Maybe?
I don't think so, because it can only attack one at a time, right?
Yeah, I can only attack one at a time. Your naked guy regenerates, though. Yeah, I think probably what would happen is one of, I mean, maybe in theory, I don't know. Well, I think as soon as one of us is wiped, well, I'm trying to think of all the possibilities. He could be wiped out except for the naked man, who's indestructible. So I think the moose could not kill everybody. Yeah, he has more speed left. +2 to move in. Right. Hmm? Yeah, you gotta keep track of the used. You could just count it actually. You know the starting spaces.
Yeah. Okay, so where's an M? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could.
Okay. Want to move him off?
Yeah. So you can't shoot him.
Okay. I know it's not in the eyes here. Gotta deal
Okay.
with it.
Next guy.
Like, so many guys.
I'll just do a view
Bo, Bo the
bow.
third. What is that name? Bo the third. Is that's supposed to
He has
be strange orb?
he only has 5 movement. 1, 3. That's Rocky. 4, 5.
Rock over there.
Yeah, I think so. There.
You with your hand.
An F,
Is that Rocky? Just a plain snow area. The reason why it has that kind of shading is because the headlights from the car
I guess.
are shining on it. It's just a regular snow text.
He goes right
Hmm?
on. Let me recount this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is right next to them. And then he can, this is flame breath,
God.
which is a 1 tile.
Okay.
So how does this work?
Um,
So that plus strength plus a roll.
so you're 1 away.
Yeah,
Gonna be a +2. So it's actually kind of weak, but if you hit, you light me on fire. I don't. I guess you don't ignite everybody else in the
I don't
text
think
two,
so.
unfortunately. But yeah, yeah. So I guess it's hard to hit with that one, but you could do it, and you add strength.
This,
Oh,
yeah, so this would be against your strength, right?
there was an errata. I don't know if I brought it upstairs about this. I think it was just they forgot to write that you're on fire, but add strength seems weird. You're adding your strength to the flame breath. Maybe I don't know. Uh,
Use your strength to breathe harder.
Maybe I'll just go with that. Until I can find the errata.
Okay, so that's one die.
Yes. Which guy did that again? Jeez.
Yeah,
Okay. I had 5.
good stuff. Got 4.
I don't know where anybody is.
I don't think I moved them.
I rolled a 7. I think I'm dead.
Okay, so 4 plus 2 plus what's his strength? 6. It's 12.
Do you do damage and I'm on fire, or do you just light me on fire? Let me check this
I
real
think
quick.
it's
There was a thread in Board
damage.
Game Geek where the designer chimed in. He said, "Oh, I got to add that to an errata." He did include the errata slip, just a little slip of paper. But don't let the wolves eat our baby on Board Game Geek. On fire rule. Got the details on both the third's weapons. To now become errata until we print new cards. Rules are fine, but the card needs to read success causes fire. Does that mean I'm?
So does
Oh,
this mean damage?
the errata doesn't even clarify. Okay, I think I'm totally dead if it does damage and sets me on fire.
What? I don't know.
Uh,
Does it make sense to do damage?
who the hell knows?
Kinda, I guess. I don't know.
Success causes fire. Yeah, does it mean instead of normal damage or just in addition? I don't know. I guess if it doesn't say otherwise, we have to probably assume attack does
Yeah,
damage is
your
normal.
your ranged weapons do damage.
Okay. And Stu said, "Man, Rob Bob has great hair." Okay. So what did you roll? What's the difference?
12 in total. So
12
what's
versus
yours?
7.
So 5.
Okay, so I have to take 5 damage and I'm on fire. Okay. I could use a will to re-roll the 2. That might pay off.
You have
But
5.
by the way, I looked up what happens if you roll a 1. That's if you roll a 1, you drop your weapon.
No matter what. Like if you roll a 1 when you're attacking, fighting.
Any character rolling a natural 1 adds the total but drops the weapon after the attack. I mean, even when you're shooting me with fire, because I'm not using the gun. I guess so. I don't know. Okay, let's roll. I'm going to use a will to re-roll and hopefully not roll a 1. 5. All right, that's better. So I'm down 1 will, but now the damage is my total is 10 and yours was 12, right?
Yeah, so it's only 2
All
this
right,
time.
I'll take the 2 damage, I guess.
Okay.
So I'll take 1 to speed and 1 to strength, I suppose. So that's 4 each. Now the father 4, 4, and 4. And he's on fire. Oh my god.
And you have to roll 1 die.
1 die of damage each turn. And what extinguishes you? I don't think anything
Probably the
extinguishes.
river.
Let's say that though. You can house rule that.
You can just do that.
Let me check it. Maybe it says somewhere. He's on fire. Oh, if you roll a 1, you're no longer on fire. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully I'll roll a 1. Okay,
Next, there's 3 more guys.
3 more. I guess the father is easiest to access because he's closer. So he's taking the beating.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do Papa Spud now.
My spine always says.
Get 7 speed. 1, 2.
By the way, next week on deck is Night of the Living Dead, based on the movie called Call of the Wild. No, it's actually based on the movie Night of the Living
4,
Dead.
5, 6. He's on this square.
Don't let the zombies eat our baby.
Has a stone axe,
Okay, oh god.
which is 3.
He's
And
piling on
2
to us.
dice? Does that mean 2 dice?
I'm not sure what's going on with this. Check something quick. There's a rule for 2-on-1 attacks, but if you do your turn separately, how does that work? 2 characters can fight 1 character in the same act. If they're not too clear, I'm going to assume what it means is you can kind of choose, have your attacks separately, or maybe say this guy, your other guy on that space hadn't attacked this turn, maybe you could combine it then. I'm assuming if you already attacked on your turn, you couldn't do a 2-on-1 this turn, right?
Yes. I would have probably done that if I knew that's how that worked, but too late now. Actually, it's not too late.
What do you want to do?
Oh, I could just not attack right now. Send another guy.
But there's stacking limits of 2 per side.
Ah. Well, then I can't.
Okay. Why don't we just keep that in mind for next
Yeah,
turn?
for next.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Alright, so.
This is the guy who adds a zillion if he rolls a 6.
Uh. Yes.
Okay. What's your weapon and stuff?
What does this icon mean? The 2 squares?
2 squares means close combat.
Okay.
So you're adding 3 and your strength.
Alright. 3 strength and die.
And I am adding 12 again. So you're adding 12 too?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank goodness for guns. I have a 16. You have a 16.
16, okay.
It's a tie. And now you might think, well, what happens in a tie? Let me tell you what the rules say. It says nothing except ties are ties.
Does that mean
I'm assuming it means nothing happens. You would think they would explain it a little bit better than that.
ties are ties?
You know, could say something like no damage is dealt to either side. But it just says ties are ties. And I respect that. Apply
Okay.
common sense. Sometimes you just gotta apply the common sense. Okay.
More guys now. This is
I need like a grenade or something. Something that can take out a bunch of people.
Ma is already hurt a bit.
I need the moose to help me. Please help me, giant moose. I gotta scream a lot.
I need all 4 of my sinister guys to.
You rolled all 6.
Can this guy move off? He has 1 more move left.
Here's a trivia question, or math question to anybody viewing. What is the probability of rolling 4 6s on 4 6-sided dice? 1 in what? Bob asked me that question earlier, so we figured. Pondering evil stuff.
This square, you can move to this square because it's not a forest.
Sure. I'm gonna trust your judgment. It's kind of hard to follow.
It doesn't look like a forest to me. So 1, 2, 3,
Exactly, Stu. Yeah, 4 6s.
4, 5
4 dice.
here, and 7 strength plus another axe, which is 3 plus roll.
So did you like retroactively move the guy from the last turn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it. We should both
Well,
try to
actually,
be better about it. Though. Yeah, I think that's right, Stu. 1296 sounds about right.
So
The way you do that, anyone who cares is you would multiply
I
6
could
4 times, or you would just do 6 to the 4th power. In other words,
right.
what? We're moving.
Uh,
What's happening? I don't know what's happening.
Trying to figure out where people are. I'm actually just gonna to the forest, like right there, and get closer to that.
Okay, so no attack.
Actually, I could throw that, but I don't want to throw the axe. You lose.
Okay, so is it just Wolf 2 has to go down? That's it. Okay.
The bug on the
He's killing bugs. Don't let the wolves kill the bugs.
This is 4 and speed because you shot it.
Yes, I shot that wolf good. Fortunately, there's no ammo to worry about in this game. It's the only thing I have on my side. And also, random people might be able to help me.
So I just get to move like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't my counting is correct.
Okay.
And that's it, I guess.
All right. So that was the Berserker turn. Now we are back. Next turn, in which we repeat the event roll. Would you like to do the honors, Rob Bob?
Okay, so how 2 dice?
2 dice for the event. I hope we get weather change because I need to be able to hide. Nope, it's a 5,
5.
which is freezing. That sounds bad. All hunted family characters not in a car lose 1 attribute. Baby is okay.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's just 1 damage to everybody.
that's horrible. Baby's okay because the baby's being warmed by the mother.
Have a blanket.
Yeah, they're sleeping through all this too. I forgot to make the baby scream. The baby can do an extra scream too. All right. So everybody takes 1 damage. Jeez. All right, let's take 1 off the mother's strength.
He threw the baby behind him. I would just ignore the baby because it can't do anything.
I think I want the mom to maintain her speed as much as possible, so taking a damage to strength. Father, I don't know what to do with him. I'll knock down the strength of him too.
I can have a chance of getting more food. I eat the
Son,
rest of them.
just to be different, he'll lose his speed. Okay. Dude, so seriously, do you think you could? Oh, say goodnight, Ryan. Ryan says thanks for the stream, guys. See you later. You didn't even get to see how this wonderful game develops.
We only did like 1 turn.
I did wonder, yeah. And Stu said, seriously, do you guys think you can gain some time if you throw the baby behind you? Yeah, you know what? When I was reading the rules, well, let me tell you how my thought process progressed. I saw the title of the game and, the cover with the wolf eating the baby, and I thought the whole point of the game is probably you're trying to protect the baby at all costs. Right? So I thought maybe the win condition for the wolves would be to eat the baby, and that would be my lose condition. But then I read the rules, and it said you just have to get 1 person off the map. And I'm looking at this baby. It's all it does is provide a negative effect. If I didn't roll it last turn because I can't hide anyway, but if you roll a 5 or 6, the baby's crying and then the carrier can't hide. So I'm thinking, what's the point of the baby? I'll just drop it. It's only a negative effect. And I guess the only reason is that it can scream for help constantly. Or you can also make the argument of play in the spirit of the game, not just drop the baby. But that's kind of what I was going with. But I guess the screaming is the other thing. So I don't know. It's not critical to winning. There could be something. It could make it a little more interesting if the baby's dead and the mom loses all will to live or something like that. I think that would be kind of realistic in a sense. Well, there should be a penalty, right? And I would think the mom would be very upset. Maybe I'm not that everybody would be upset, but usually the mothers have the strongest emotional bond. And it's kind of you know it's a horror setting, so it has a kind of simplistic point of view to that. Like the mom might get the most affected, so she could lose all will to live if that happens. That's what I think would be a good optional rule. If we ever found the game was too skewed for the good guys, we could add that to nerf them a little bit.
Doesn't really feel that way. Like I only damaged your guy twice. All that, and you damaged my
I
guy
was saying
below.
if it's skewed
Yeah, but
against, if it was skewed in my
yeah.
favor, I could make that an optional rule that the mother loses all will to live if the baby dies. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just talking. Where are we? We rolled the event, which was we all took a damage essentially, and now it's my turn. So let's run out of here. Yeah, father is being dogpiled on. I can't tell where people are, unfortunately. Okay, I'm gonna figure out what the hell. But yeah, I shouldn't have picked these blocks. Unfortunately. Maybe I can like cut cut the edges off the blocks so they fit better. But I have to figure out where people are. Okay. And I don't know. It's very hard. I can't even see where the hex edges are in the first place. Trying to be very supportive of the indie spirit, meaning sometimes the production isn't always great, but it's getting frustrating though. Uh, okay, so you have to orient the guys on top in the same way, or it's going to make it confusing. We're saying the top left corner. If they're all pointing differently, then it's hard to get it straight. They were here, pointing to that little space there, and this one is next door, I guess. Can I run? I think I can run away if you're on top of me.
As long as I haven't grabbed you.
Yeah. Okay, I can see an exit route. Um, but maybe the father will shoot while he's on the same space as you, and then run away. So, who's that on top of me? Wolf number one? Sure, let's just, looks like one to me. Pick number one on it. Okay, yeah, let's shoot it. Because close combat, I have a plus 12. What is the wolf's strength at?
Strength is 5.
Yeah, let's kill this thing. Maybe we can nail it. Alright, let's shoot the wolf. Don't let the father kill the wolves. Are you rolling?
Oh yeah. Uh,
Oh no, I rolled a one. That means I dropped my gun. You rolled a one too. That means you drop your teeth. Okay, I might want to use the will to live. Just so I don't drop the gun. I mean, that means I have to waste another action next turn just doing nothing but picking up the gun. And I couldn't really run away unless I want to discard the gun. I think it's worth the will, spending the will. So I'm
maybe
going
you'll
to do
roll
that.
another one.
Hmm?
Maybe you'll roll another one.
Maybe. So I'm down to 3 will to live. 6! I think I totally killed the wolf. Yeah, they have will too. You're re-rolling your die?
Yeah, he's gonna use that.
Okay. So make sure you subtract it.
Ooh, not much better. But how much damage does that do in total?
So I got a, just add an extra 6, so I got 12 plus 12 is 24. Minus your 2 plus 7, did you say?
Uh, strength?
Yes.
My strength is 5.
Oh, your total is a 7.
Yeah.
You get her for 17.
Yeah, so I might as well use another.
Hold on. I don't know if it's allowed, but I can check.
Can you?
But you can also spend it to increase your strength for the turn. But it would be 1 point each.
Yeah, I don't know if that's as worth it.
Okay, so it depends how you interpret this. A single will can be erased to re-roll the d6.
I don't think that says anything about only being able to use one.
Yes. Alright, we'll go with that. You can spend it again.
He's gonna spend another to hopefully roll
Hold
it
on, why
better.
don't you do the math? Even if you roll a 6, how much damage would you take?
Roll a 6.
Your wolf is dead either way. It doesn't.
Yeah, but he has. Might as well use the will, because then
It's fine.
dead.
What are you gonna keep using it until you roll a 6 or run out?
Well, let me do. Because that would be an 11 if I rolled a 6,
You would get a bonus of 6,
and then I get a bonus of 6.
so a 17.
17, and you roll
I rolled a 24. You would take
24.
7. Would you survive that?
I'd survive that.
Alright, then do it.
But that's like the only way I could survive, I think.
Probably. They'll keep spending the will. I don't know if you could really do it this many times. It doesn't feel right, but we'll go with it for now.
Might as well.
Are you keeping track of your will? Or are you just gonna
I
roll
just remember
forever?
it. It's at 1 right now.
Okay.
Alright. Dead.
Yeah, I got
Dang.
one.
Well, hold on. It's a 5.
Okay, let's do the
Just
math.
do the math.
To be fair.
Uh, 5 plus 5 is 10. You have 24. That's 14. He has 10 in total, so he's
Okay.
dead.
We killed a wolf. Woo! See
Okay.
ya, wolf. I'm hungry like the wolf. All right, now let's plan my escape right here. I'm gonna take that celebration because I don't think it's gonna last long. Naked Man's gonna do horrible things to me. Okay, so I was planning to go around Ma Beagle here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoot. That's 4, and I lost all my speed because I'm wounded. So he's pointing to this one here. Okay. That's father's turn. Mother is hoping for better weather. Worse weather. I think we're here. So she can run. She has speed of 6 still, and she has her gun. It might be worth shooting the naked man once in a while anyway, because how fast does he regenerate?
He rolls a dice. The result is the amount healed.
Oh.
Amount of attributes healed.
Okay, if you let me backtrack a little bit, I'm going to scream with the father. Father screaming, help! I killed a wolf, woo, but help! Okay, 9 doesn't reach the cabin and there's no car. So yeah, mother will, I don't know. How far away is everybody? Naked man is 1 away, I think. No, wait, he's pointing to that space. I think he's 2 away. Ah. And where's Ma here? Ma would be 1, 2, 3 away. Hmm. I don't know. I'll just shoot the naked man. What's his strength? 12?
Yep.
Jeez. What's Ma's strength?
7.
I should just shoot Ma, even though it's 3 spaces away. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So actually, because the gun, yeah, so 3 spaces away isn't great. I would add 6 to my roll. Is it close combat? 1, 2, 3. I guess I'll go for that. Is she 3 away though? I'm trying to make sure I got that right. I think so. 1, 2, 3. All right, yeah. Wait, that's space sheet. 1, 2. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so I'm adding 6, you're adding 7. It might not hit. A 4, which is a total of 10. Alright, so I didn't hit Ma. She was too strong for my bullet. Alright, looks like
And
we're
the
down to 2
six
viewers, and it usually says 1 by default, so I guess hi Arturo, or are you still here,
six
Steve?
means the bullet. 6 means the bullet gets deflected.
Yeah. Poor Ma's dead now. Alright, so now she's gonna run 6 speed worth. I think this is a... Yeah, this has woods in it, so I unfortunately have to deal with that. Thinking of maybe instead of us all congregating, I'm going to try to fork out a little bit. You know, my cunning plan. But let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, perhaps. Yeah, let's go with that. Hopefully, if the weather changes, she can hide immediately. She's in the woods. Okay. So she shot and ran, and now she's gonna scream. Oh, don't worry about it. And she's a super screamer, by the way. So she adds 2, and does not roll double, and unfortunately,
Catastrophic failure.
yeah.
Broke your vocal
1,
cords.
2, 3, and plus 2 is 4, 5. Not nearly close enough to the cabin, which is a little bit off screen here. Too bad, because I thought she had a chance possibly with a really good roll, but our doubles once in a while would be good, but no such luck there. All right, so the boy is going to have to run. Maybe he should be fodder, because he has the worst weapon instead of the father. In other words, if he's the one taking most of the attacks.
Don't apply that in real life.
Yeah.
for my sake.
Lol. All right, he can move 5. Boop, 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 boop. Try to go along here. This is the edge of the board, though, so I'm kind of stuck at that point. The world ends right there, I guess.
The Earth is
They
flat in
should
this
give you
game.
like a lake here or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
You can imagine it a lake there. So it makes
that's
some
where the
kind of
river
sense.
comes from.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so you can move 5. I don't know. Let's go. I'm kind of losing track of exactly which hex I'm in. I think I'm here. Go 1, 2, 5. I think the dad's still gonna. All right, and the son is gonna scream now. I wonder if I can just do this even though there's no hiding. I don't know. But anyway, he's screaming. Yeah. Come on. Doubles. No doubles, and a 7 doesn't reach. Not even close. Okay.
How would it work if you found a guy but they were sinister? Like,
Um,
did I tell you immediately?
no, I control them at any time. It can even be including during. It could even be during my turn. You declare he's sinister, and you control him immediately. If it's during my turn, you get to take. I think the rules say it's something like if it's in the middle of my turn, you get to take 1 action right away. I think maybe a move or something like that. Otherwise, you just you know control him on your turn.
Okay.
All right. It's your turn.
Wait. Um.
This goes on your bow, right?
Oh yeah.
We rob Bob.
This here. This is and baby. And are these on the same square?
No, up left corners.
Maybe I should not all attack one person and spread them out a bit.
Maybe.
Just 3, 5, 6. Is this a forest?
Think so. When you're
5,
pointing to,
6,
yeah.
7, 8. I guess. So he could reach there.
Oh, naked man's on top of me. Ah, get off of me.
I don't think anyone else can get there.
Baby can add to the fight. So you
Oh
move the
yeah.
whole board.
I have to move it so I can see. See if this Papa Spud can get there.
Papa Spy always says.
2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. And they have to have. They have one more move. They can't go onto a forest space. That means he
Correct.
can't. I don't think he can get there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. He gets 7. So he can't make it.
So sad.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Do I attack both of them? Like,
Uh,
I
well,
guess
the
I just.
baby doesn't fight.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess I just attack.
you want me to tell you how it
Um.
works? It would be a 2-on-1. And that, I guess the only difference is basically, well, you add the strength and weapons together, which means nothing for the baby. But if you win, I can distribute the losses how I want. So if I wanted to, I could put all
So
the
you could.
damage on the baby.
Could you?
Yeah, I think
All
so.
of it, even if that would be overkill.
Uh, baby might be special because they have 0 speed. I don't know. I think damage can only apply to speed and strength. That doesn't make sense. I'm thinking of everybody being invincible because you can only damage their speed and strength. And they have will to
Yeah.
live. Let
I
me check it out.
think you could use a Whittle Lift to prevent that, maybe, but that wouldn't work for the baby.
Okay, so must remove characters. Okay, I think you can actually take damage on the will to live too. Uh, Defeat must remove character stats based on the difference between the two results. Yeah, okay. The stats can be removed from any combination of speed, strength, or will. So I can, yeah, I could hit. It doesn't tell me if I can do overkill or not. I'm not sure. I guess we should assume not because it seems kind of cheesy. But I could probably decide to take 1 damage on the baby if I,
Then he.
then she would be dead, or he or she would be dead. Yeah. Of course, that feels terrible though.
Okay. So it's even, right? Because you have gun.
Yeah, you have 12, right?
Yeah.
No weapon. Yep, sounds even to me.
Although on the drawing he does have a spear.
What does it say on the right side? Usually it like starts with
Does
a
not use weapon.
nice weapon. Okay.
Does
Maybe,
that mean can I? So I could give him a weapon though, I guess.
uh, what does it say? Does not use weapons.
Yeah. But cannot. Well, I guess does. I don't know.
I think it's saying they can't
Probably
use weapons,
can't.
not that they don't start with weapons.
Also, should you have rolled for fire on your
Oh
father?
shoot, yeah. Father's on
Do
fire.
that right now, I guess.
Okay, it's fire damage for the father. It's only. Oh, it means he's
That
not on
means he's
fire.
not. But that means does he take 1 damage?
I think so. Yeah, probably. So he's gonna take 1 damage. Let's go with speed, I guess. He's no longer on fire. He put himself out. So the father has 3, 3, and 3. He's the one taking the most hits so far.
And now I'm gonna roll. Wait.
Gonna fight. It's the mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. They're the same gun.
Oh, you beat me by
By
one.
1. That's 1 damage. Want to reroll? I don't. I do have 8 will to kill. I'm not
Okay.
gonna. Not worth it.
Trying to think. I know with the will you can also add to your strength, but with that, I guess because my strength does not figure into a ranged weapon, then that wouldn't actually do anything. I was thinking of maybe spending a will to live to increase my total by 1 essentially, but I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I can add strength, but my strength isn't involved in the attack, I guess. So I guess I'll just take the 1 damage.
Want to distribute it to the baby?
No, I'm not gonna kill my baby. I'm supposed to not let the wolf eat the baby. It's in the title. All right, I'm gonna knock my speed
Use him
down.
as a shield.
My speed's going down from 6 to 5, unfortunately.
Okay. Now, next guy. That would be. Oh, I'll go. You.
Oh.
Oh, I keep. Oh.
Oh, Bridges. Hey, Vectrexer, happy Saturday. We're playing a silly game about wolves trying to eat babies. Or a baby. More like eating a family.
3, 4, 5. I don't think this counts as a.
We're having trouble actually determining the spaces we're in and where the pieces, which spaces the pieces are in. Happy Saturday, likewise, Vectrexer.
Count that again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did you count 2 for the free space?
No, I didn't go on the trees.
Oh.
I mean, I could go there. Actually, would that be faster? 4, 5, and it's the same distance. Whatever, he gets to closer.
On. Oh, so that's the other game we played, Jaws.
That one away now. Could use range attack if he was 1 closer.
Yeah.
Can't do anything really.
Get off me, you ugly people. And the dingo ate your baby.
This Ma
Hey,
has
Ma.
7 speed.
Make the baby scream again. Oh, I gotta remember next time.
And just attack the kid.
Attacking the kid. No.
Actually,
Oh man.
wolf,
Okay.
go 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could also
Ah.
ah
Ah. Ah. Hey, Vector, do you know the YouTuber Meme Meister?
I can move both of them to attack the father.
Oh snap. Okay. You're gonna pile on the dad?
Yeah, and one of them has an axe.
Anyway, I just wanted to mention Meme Meister just posted a video of himself playing with a Pytrex, playing various games on the Pytrex. That was a fun video. All right, so these two guys are piling. You really have to. I'm trying to make it so the top left is the orientation. When you orient them all differently, it's confusing. Okay, so 2-on-1 attack. Good.
Yeah.
All right, so you add the strengths together, but you only roll one die.
Okay. And I also add the weapon.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm in trouble. Dad's in trouble here. I should have saved that dodge.
All right.
And you hide before attack. See, there's too many edge cases that are unclear. I'm not sure if I can use the hide, given that the weather is clear. Weather says it's clear weather, so I'm not allowed to hide, but I do one special ability allows hiding, so I don't know if that's applicable. I guess probably not.
All right. So its total strength would be 13
Okay. Oh,
plus
plus.
3 plus die.
Okay.
So 16 plus die.
Okay, and I'm shooting my pistol, which is 12 plus the 9. Okay. Heck of a roll here.
16. I need a 6, 4, 2.
2. Shoot. How much damage will I take? 14 is my roll. What's yours?
The total again, it was 16. So it would be 20.
6 damage. That's not good. I'm going to spend a will to live point. I have 2 left. 2 will to live left. Reroll my die. Father is hoping to fight a little better. The will to live energizes him, and he rolled a
Oh man.
6. Now the 6, if you care about the mechanics of this game, Vector Trickster, that's a extra bonus roll. So you add another 6 in addition to the 6 from the die. That means I got a total of 24.
Versus my 20. I could just use an. I could use a will to live
Use
too.
your own will to live.
Or will to kill.
Will to kill on your side.
Use my, so it's 4. It was 5.
Okay.
If I get a 6.
He's open for a 6.
Nope.
2.
Just keep using it. Have
I'm
both
going
of
to
them.
ask the designer if you're allowed to do this, by the way. But for now, we're going with it. Are you keeping track of this?
Yeah, should be at 3 after this.
Oh, no, you got a 6 too.
So I use 2. So, okay, that's 12 plus 16, which is 28.
Versus my 24. I have to take 4 damage. Okay. Can't really do much about that. It's like I could spend will to live to increase my strength, but it doesn't really. Alright, so I have to take, what did I say, 4?
Yeah, 4.
Alright, 4 is better than what it was before. Oh, man.
None is annoying.
You know, his natural strength isn't figuring in very often because of his gun. So I think I might take some, like 2 hits to that, maybe.
Maybe you're limping
So
by
now I
now.
have to figure out what to do with the other 2. I guess, 1 and 1, so he's got 2 speed left. 1 will to live. He's not in great shape. And Vector says, I feel the wolf will have starved to death by the time a wolf will have eaten a baby. I mean, yeah, I mean, they're gonna exert all this energy fighting the entire family and taking bullet wounds, and the baby is just like a little snack. I don't know.
They just do it for fun.
Just do it for fun. By the way,
Okay.
the premise
No,
of this game, I don't want to go through the whole comic game, but there's a comic in the intro to this rules, and basically this family gets stuck in the snow. Their car stuck in the middle of nowhere in like this kind of pit. They said it looks like almost somebody designed this pit intentionally. And then this guy shows up. He says, "We're going to split each of you open and drink your innards. Take a moment with your brood. Discuss which of you goes first." And that's the premise of this game. We're fighting for our lives. We're trying to make it. My guys, the blue guys, the family, are trying to make it to the edge of the map, which unfortunately I have cut off. But over here, this edge of the here is the north edge, and yeah, he's trying to just kill me. Really, it doesn't matter if the baby dies specifically, despite the title. Okay, what's happening here? So you hurt me a bunch.
yeah.
Anybody else to move?
Hey, I got one more guy.
This
Papa
one?
Spud.
Papa Smurf?
Papa Smurf. He means undamaged.
Yeah,
Got 7 speed.
I need to scream. Every turn I can scream and try to call for help. Chance somebody might show up.
Let me count his. 3, 4,
Should we play with the lighting?
5, 6, 7.
Oh, red.
Or
That's purple.
should be able to make it here, I think.
Gary lighting.
Could have attacked with the. And if I planned this better. Too late. It was
LED lights.
here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gonna attack the kid.
Okay.
Sun. Yeah. Attack the sun
Oh, my poor son is being attacked.
with strength 9 plus 3.
Okay. So he has 12 altogether.
Yeah.
The sun is he has a natural strength of 5, and he's wielding his scout knife, which
That's
adds 2.
no, it's a
Huh?
3.
Oh, I'm looking at the speed. Crap. Doesn't have much strength at all. Okay. So what did you have? 12?
12
It's a
plus
wolf and the ma on him.
what? Yeah, that's on the father.
Please try to orient these. That's how we know where they're lined up. They're actually what's face are actually
Okay. So it's just
12 versus 5.
yeah.
Okay. The sun is not gonna last long. Here comes the sun. Oh, you got 1. Oh, you changed it to a 3. Thank you.
1
You rolled a
and a
1.
3.
I think I have to use the will to live. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I drop the scout knife in him. Okay, use the will to live to re-roll the die. A 3. I thought I was gonna roll a 6, but no such luck. At least I have the knife still, but am I alive? I don't know. My total is 8. What's yours? 15?
Yeah, 15.
That's 4 damage. Uh,
Not 4 damage. Cheers.
oh, I'm gonna say I had 8, so that's 7 damage. Shoot. Oh man, this game's hard. Um, if we said we can keep re-rolling with will to live, I might
Yeah.
maybe I'll just do. I don't know. I don't think this is how you're supposed to do it. Okay, 7 damage.
Yeah. He would survive technically.
I'll spend another will to live.
Okay.
Roll 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. 1. All right. I'm spending 1 more, unless it's a 1 again. If it's, as long as it's not a 1, I'm gonna keep this one. Oh. Yeah, now I'm spending the last will to live. And again, I don't think this is how you're supposed to use it, but this was our interpretation of the rules. So, Okay, two.
2. So takes 8 points of damage from that. He would have
Ah,
lived if you.
now he's dead.
Now he's dead
I
though.
spent all the will to live. He takes 8 points and now he can't survive. The boy is dead.
Jeez.
Well, the knife gets left there for what that's worth. So the way that works, just for the interest of showing the game mechanics, you have these little counters with letters on them, like A. And now I can put this to the side. I'm gonna put it off the board. And then you put A on the space too. I don't know. It looks like it's too difficult to actually fit it on though. So, well, at least this counter will fit. We don't have to like use these blocks. I shouldn't have chosen these blocks. I thought it was being cool because the last game we played had the same pieces. They weren't too visible on the screen. But the problem is, this game has smaller spaces than the last game. Yeah, maybe I should just forfeit. But I'll just play it through to the end.
I mean, you've made some progress to the end.
I think I just played that re-rolling wrong. I still don't think you're supposed to be allowed to keep re-rolling as long as you have will.
This guy
But
has 8 will to kill. Like, how are you gonna use that all?
okay, you moved everyone.
Yes.
Okay, that means the next turn. By the way, the father is no longer on fire. Woohoo! Okay, I will roll the event and find where I put the manual. See where I put the manual.
See,
How do I lose the damn manual? Under my chair?
no.
Here it is. Okay. Let's roll the event chart. Event chart is here. Hey Prime, how's it going? Yeah, the game we're playing is called Don't Let the Wolves Eat Our Baby. It's a horror themed game, and I'm getting murdered here. I thought I was doing alright at first, but I just totally blew an attack and lost one of my characters. I lost the son, his family who's trying to survive, as some weird people who are obsessed with wolves are trying to kill me. Anyway, I'm going to roll now on this chart. I rolled a 5. It's the same thing we got last time, isn't it? So that's freezing again. All hunted family characters, not in a car. Lose one attribute. The baby is okay. Okay, I have a feeling not too hopeful anymore. So for mother, I will knock her strength down because I'm kind of hoping her speed can save us if anything.
Wait, what'd you get? It was the
Freeze again.
freeze again.
Father is kind of doomed. He's got like no stats left. He's kind of just a bloody pulp crawling around.
Still got a gun at least.
Look at his gun.
Almost dropped it.
Guess I'll knock down his speed. I don't know. Again, I feel like the strength doesn't really come into play as long as you have the gun. So maybe I'll just knock his strength down to 0.
There.
All right. Oh no, I forgot. When the son was killed, you have to draw the kill
Oh
card.
yeah. Hopefully it's not the miss.
All right, this is to see what fate befalls the son. Now this is a gory part. This is actually
Gonna
the
get us
part.
banned.
This is the part why I wrote. This is the reason why I wrote on the thumbnail "extreme gore warning." So if you don't want to see extreme gore, then look away now. But there's one chance that one of these cards is actually that the attack missed and I'm still alive. All right, here we go. Ready? Yeah, the game is intentionally unbalanced, Stu. They even say in the rules, this guy likes to make games that he says it's just supposed to be like the fun of kind of role playing the scenario and not really like a fair and balanced game. Anyway, here's what happens to the son. Oh, his liver was eaten out. At least it was only the liver. It grows back, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, those regenerate.
So he's dead, and that goes in
Fine.
the discard pile. Which means there's a greater chance of drawing the missed card at least. Yeah. For
I
the
guess.
next guy who's killed. Okay. So yeah, where were we? I wrote the event and now I go. Yeah. Just desperately trying to get the heck out of Dodge. I gotta scream for help. Help, help, help. He went for the pate, says Vectrex. Yeah, the wolf specifically ate the liver and nothing. Left the rest of him okay. I know I gotta remember I have some of these things. I could might have been able to save the boy. Have adrenaline. Oh well, I guess too late now.
Yeah, I have those.
Should
What
I
is
use
attack one meaning?
that lets you in an attack where there's two of my guys, you can target just one of them.
Okay.
Normally, if I take damage and I have two guys, I would decide who among those two gets damaged and how much. Bad day. Anyway, what the heck am I doing?
You can just use them whenever.
Yeah, those are once a game abilities. He also has this one. This one's horrible. He has appear anywhere if you don't mind picking it.
Yeah, you just teleport basically.
So I could be almost at the edge of the board and about to win, and he just appears. Ah! Like Jason or something. Okay, so I'm pretty much dead unless I can get a good scream in here, I guess.
Maybe someone will hear.
Yeah. So I guess I have to just keep playing it how I was. Try to go as far, as far as I can, run as far as I can, and scream. And I'll have to remember the baby can scream too. I keep forgetting that. So let's go to mommy dearest over here. I think we're in this space. She's gonna go. Let's see. She has a speed of 5, carrying the baby. Um, maybe 1, 2. I guess that's 2, 3 for the trees in that space. 4, 5. I think this is just a shadow here of their rock, right? Okay, 1. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. 1, 2, 3. It looks like this is the light side, right? And this should be the shadowy side. Well, so what the heck is that? Is it water? I don't think it's water. They only have. There's no mention of water everywhere, just the river. All right. If you're okay with this, ruling that
It'd
this
just be
is a
nothing.
shadow,
Be
okay.
a shadow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it, I guess. All right, and oh, actually, I'm gonna shoot first if that's okay. Shoot first and then run. He's gonna
Yeah.
shoot. She's gonna shoot the naked man who's on top of her.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, but I didn't want to tell you.
Okay.
Something you forget.
So I had 12. You had whatever you had. Okay, let's roll. He shoots the naked man who's very creepy, by the way, and total is
For 2.
14.
It's a 2. Cool.
Equal. Okay. So nothing happens. All right, now let's move to where we said, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She will scream. The goal is, let me move the camera back a little bit. Shh. She can scream, and it's loud enough to reach the cabin, then the inhabitant of the cabin can come and help. Also, if I roll doubles, then somebody might appear in the middle of nowhere, essentially. You'll see what I mean. So let's roll the scream roll now. And because she's the mother, she's good at screaming. She has a +2 additional hexes to her scream roll.
Hope it's my inside man.
Your inside man?
Yeah.
In the cabin? Hope not.
Who's on my side.
11, which becomes 13. I think that'll do it.
I think that reaches.
So we're going to count hexes. Something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Got the +2 on top of that, but it doesn't matter. So I'm trying to remember how this works. Let me check the rules. So basically, she screamed loud enough, and whoever's in the cabin heard her. Now, the way it works is one of these neutral people can show up. The neutral people are usually on my side. But in the beginning of the game, Stu was here, but the rest of you guys probably weren't. He made a secret roll for each of the 4 neutral guys. And no, don't show anything. Oh, you want to show it? Okay, show them. So anybody he has checked off, right? They're called sinister, which means they're secretly on. They're secretly evil. I'll say anything about it in the chat. All right, so where were we? Screaming. No. If the character's scream reaches the hex of a neutral car, we don't have any cars yet, or the cabin, neutral character is drawn and placed in the car or cabin. The character has heard the scream and can be played by the hunted and the hunted next turn. Okay. A special setup may be specified on the character sheet. Note the moose or tall hairy thing cannot drive a car. Simply redraw if able. Okay, so they can't drive a car, but apparently they can hang out in the cabin. So there could be a moose or a tall hairy thing. Tall hairy thing is basically Bigfoot. Okay, so we have to draw at random. So here are the neutral guys. There's five of them. I think I said four. There's five, but one of them actually has no allegiance. The pissed off old moose just kills everybody near him. So would you like to like mix these up at random for me or something?
I'll
I'll select
shuffle
one.
them.
Okay. I need help here. I need help desperately. So I need like the hunter, the guy who has a gun. He could really help me. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay. Definitely didn't look at the.
I got pissed off old moose. Oh no. Okay. So he's a true neutral guy. He doesn't help me. He has no allegiance basically. But he always moves toward the nearest character and attacks.
He was living in the cabin.
Yeah, or just hanging out there, I guess. Okay. So he's not on my side, and I'm the closest guy, so he's gonna charge to me. Yeah, that's not looking promising.
If he
Okay, so
kills
where's
you, then I probably win.
yeah? So here's the moose piece, and he's at the cabin. And does he move now? How does that work? Let me read this thing again. Event phase. Okay, so he moves to the event phase, which we are not in. The turns go basically event phase, in which you roll a random event. Then I, the hunted, take my turn, and then the berserkers, which are the wolf people, take their turn. So he'll move at the beginning of next turn. It's pissed off old. But what does it mean on no side? Oh, on yeah, no side, no allegiance basically. It cannot stack. Okay. He has 8 speed, strength 14. Strength 14 makes him stronger than anybody else in the game, I believe.
Yep. Maybe
So
not Bigfoot.
maybe not Bigfoot. He also has a strong will to live. I don't know if that applies because nobody can control him to use one of his will, and he cannot use weapons in case there was any question about that. We can light him on fire. That should be fun. Okay. So that was not ideal, but we have a new.
Can he reach you?
Uh,
See, he doesn't move yet.
hasn't moved yet. We'll worry about that later, I guess. Here's the moose. She's on fire.
What happens if we're both on the same space?
We'll,
See.
when we get there, we'll worry about it. We can flip a coin or something. Okay, so that's terrible. Dad has to go now. Who's on top of him? Who's this guy?
Wolf and someone else.
Oh, oh, I thought. Oh, this is the child who's dead now. Okay,
Yeah. Same at the other.
poor child. Lost his liver. You lost your liver, you naughty kitten.
He's in a liver anymore.
Liver alone, man. Oh, so the A. I put the A in the wrong spot then. That was I had the spaces mixed up. Okay, where the heck's Dad gonna go? I don't know. I don't think where. We are dead. We are toast. Okay, Dad is gonna use his speed of 2 to roll one space into it. I guess he's gonna shoot first. Actually, let's shoot. What are your stats for these two guys? The naked mom, and
Has 7 speed, 7 strength. And what's the other guy? Wolf has
yeah,
6 and 6.
okay. Uh, maybe try to finish him. Yeah, I'm rolling, shooting the wolf point blank range.
Wait,
Add 12. Wolf adds 6. Total 15 versus total 11.
versus 11. Okay.
Take your damage.
I'm not reroll. I mean, I could reroll. So how much is that? What I get? I got 11,
Yes, versus my 15.
15. That's 4.
Difference of 4. It's 4 damage.
Just trying to think if I want to take that. I can always just put it in Will to Live.
Yes, you can.
So he can take 1 damage and 3 Will to Live. So now he'll be a little bit slower.
Let's show the wolf in his current state.
2 wolves and one of them's dead.
Wolf number 1 is a goner. Wolf number 2 has a 5 speed, 6
I
strength.
wrote 3 at the bottom there. It should be 0.
Fix that, please.
Yeah, I'll fix that right now.
He took a lot of will to live, will to kill damage.
Okay.
I have lost the will to kill. All right, now the father slinks out, and he's probably on his last leg. It's all up to the mother. Now, if this was a friendly guy, if the moose was actually a friendly guy, I like to imagine that the mom could like throw the baby for like a football, and then the friendly guy could
Friendly moose would catch it,
take him over the line for a touchdown.
spike him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And well, no, I forgot to scream. Let's do that. He's gonna
Scream.
scream. Doubles might work out.
Maybe some random guy will appear and help me.
Doubles.
All right. I don't need to shuffle them again.
Hold on. So what this means is 6 spaces away, there's going to be a guy who shows up, and what you do is you look at this little hex thingy here. I don't want to zoom in. I'm going to roll a die to see which direction he comes from. Let's do that. Use this red die. So 2 means he comes from this direction. And if he's at the edge of the map, then he just stops there because we're getting kind of close to the edge of the map. So he is relative to our daddy here. Where the hell space was he in? This one? Gonna show 6 spaces in this direction, which is the edge of the map. I guess this partial hex could apply. I don't know. Yeah, zoom out a little bit so you can see. Basically, somebody random is gonna appear right here. Check the rules though to make sure I'm doing this right. I think we would just draw a card again like before.
I think so.
So now the dad desperately screams for help. Roll doubles. Here it is. Character appears a number of hexes away from the screamer as the original doubles result and in the direction of the direction hex. This places the character off the map. Place the character at the map's edge in the same direction. Character drawn may have a special setup. If no neutral character can be drawn, the scream fails. Okay. You draw another neutral character. And need a savior here. Mix them up for me.
I'll mix them up again, even though it doesn't matter.
Let's see. Yeah, who do we need? We not that hunter or something. Somebody save me. Excuse me.
Here, cards.
All right. So we scream for help, and who shows up?
It would be nice if they had something on the back. Those cards. They're just kind of blank. I don't know. It's fine though.
We find the tall, hairy thing.
No people. Just all hairy things.
Okay.
Geese.
It's Bigfoot, and he's my friend. Unless he happens to be sinister. But he has amazing stats. Speed 10, strength 18, will to live 8, and I control him unless he calls out sinister, meaning that he rolled that he's sinister early in the game. Hopefully he did not. It's a 1 in 6 chance, though. It turned out to be sinister. Yeah, I have the tall, hairy thing who is a badass. He's not too far away. He's right over here. Again, we're using the top because these pieces are too big. It's my fault. I chose these blocks to make them easier to look at. But the top left corner indicates the space right over there.
See move yet?
I think the event phase. No, that was the other. This one
Yeah,
was
that's
the
just
event
the
phase.
move.
What about? Yeah, what about if you get neutral guy? Can you move him right away? Check if they mentioned. I have a feeling that's going to be a detail they don't even mention. Check though. I control him, but he can't. He isn't part of the hunted, so that means if he crosses the border of the map, I don't win. But he can help me achieve that, being awesome. Well, let me just check this quick. I'm not sure if he can go right now. Oh, actually, he has a special setup. It says place on nearest tree hex per the scream roll. So the nearest tree hex to this base that we were looking at. That's interesting. Uh, this one is tree, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or is this one closer? Is that even a tree? Let's pivot this a little bit. Is
Yes,
that a tree?
it's how.
Yeah, all the trees seem to have, or not. I don't know. The trees seem to have these little bright dots, like it's like a reflection or something. I think that's the nearest tree. But we can count this hexes to be sure. So, one, two, one, two, three, four, five, or one, two, three, two, four. I think this is the closest one. This has trees in it, so I guess that's a tree.
Yeah, okay. So there.
I don't want them to be over here, but I think this is closer. But yeah, I'm glad I have this, linebacker to help me now. Okay. But yeah, the question is, does he go right now? And I don't think it's going to be answered, so we'll have to make a ruling. But let's see. It does say it can be played by the hunted next turn. Okay, so I can't move him this turn. Now that said, we still have a baby that we can have scream. Maybe we'll get another neutral guy. Oh, come on, baby, scream like you've never screamed before. Babies are good at screaming. It should be like a double six every
Yeah,
time.
it's like their job.
Okay, not a good scream for the baby that time. Okay, so now it's your turn to kill me before the tall hairy
Alright,
thing comes after you. Intervenes.
so I need to kill these guys still.
Are you unmuted?
No.
Oh,
Um, like 7 spaces away, I think. I could use adrenaline.
yeah.
Makes me move further and stuff. So I'll use that. I used 2 on him. Should increase his speed to 7, which I believe what I need. Get there.
Mm-hmm.
Then the naked man can get there. Gang up on the mom. 1, 2.
Get that naked man off the mound.
Yeah. Alright, now they're gonna gang up on her.
Boy, so he used adrenaline, which makes him add 4 to his stats any way he wants just for this turn, and he added to what did you add to all speed?
I add 2 to speed. I'm probably gonna add something over here.
Okay.
I don't have to. I could add to strength too, right?
Yeah, yes.
Well, let me see how. I guess 6 plus 4, because this will be fire,
I don't think it's going well.
plus 12.
Need the tall hairy thing like a turn ago.
So
2 turns ago.
22 plus roll. You have 12 plus roll. I think I should be fine.
Okay.
Uh, alright. I get to roll.
What's the totals?
Uh, 10 plus 12, 22.
2.
Yeah. 6 strength plus 12 strength plus 4.
Okay, let me
Oh,
think
and
what
also
I
you
can
get
do
set on fire.
here. Well, my gun does 12.
Yeah.
Guess if I roll a 6 and you roll badly, that's my only.
And I also have 12 will to kill,
I still have 5 will to live.
but that doesn't matter probably.
Well, going by the rule that we decided, I
Yeah,
think is wrong. I still have 5 will to live, so I can re-roll 5 times to get
I
to
have
6.
I have
And
12.
then you could spend 12 will until you roll a 6 and beat me. Let's
Yeah,
see, if I roll a 6 and you roll, say, a 1, how would the math work out? I would get the extra 6. So I would get 24. And what's your total? 22? Before you even roll?
20, 22. Wait, yeah, 22.
Okay.
Actually,
Could use
no, I
adrenaline
think it's
myself.
actually 20. I think I added it wrong. It's 20.
Oh, okay.
It could be 22 if I added the adrenaline. I could still do.
For me, there's no point to add adrenaline because I'm using the gun. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can't add, adding to my strength does nothing. Unless I wanted to not fight you with the gun, but then I would be much weaker to begin with. What I'm talking about here is if I use my natural strength, I add 2 to my roll. If I use the gun, I add 12, but I don't get to include my natural strength. So I can use adrenaline, which would add to my natural strength. But then, obviously, you know, even if I add 4 to the strength, 6 is a lot less than 12, so there's no point in me using adrenaline. All right, let's just roll.
My 20 versus your 12.
Yep. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Choo!
4.
All right.
So I get 24.
24 is my 14.
Wait,
What?
no, no. It is 22 actually. I
Uh,
was wrong. It's 22.
always confusing me with wait, no, it's this, no, it's that.
No, it's 22.
So you have a 24.
24. I have 26 with this.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 4 plus that 4
Okay.
plus 6.
What can I
4
do
plus
with
6. Yeah, whatever.
spending will to live? All right. I have. Let's go through the math here. If I rolled a 5, you would still probably kill me, right? Because I would have a total of 17 versus your what? 26.
26. Yes.
You
17.
wouldn't. You wouldn't kill me
I wouldn't kill
outright.
you, but I'd hurt you a lot.
All right. Whatever. I'm gonna use the will to live. I don't know. Will to live to re-roll. Let's get a 6, please. 5. Okay. Do I want to stick with that and be just extremely crippled, or keep spending all my will to live until I roll a 6, and then it'll probably end up like that other time when the boy
And then
died.
but I have
You have will to, will to
12.
kill too.
I could probably just re-roll a few times actually.
I'm gonna clarify after this game if you're allowed to do this.
You probably can, I think, now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't think about it before,
Hmm.
but it doesn't really make sense to me. You do it a lot of times.
Okay.
I think it should be like fate salesman.
Right. Looks like nobody's watching anymore. If anybody's still watching, let me know.
It says 2.
1.
It said 2. Ah, well down here it says 2.
It says 1 in one place and 2 in the other.
That's how you know you can't trust YouTube.
Okay, so what do I get? 17 versus your. So what is it again? 26.
26.
I would take 9. I could technically survive. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I should just keep re-rolling. I'll just stick with it. I don't know. It sucks, but taking that. Are you gonna use your will to kill?
I don't like that rule. I feel like we should just play it. Only reroll once
Okay, let's do that from now on.
because that doesn't seem right to me. No.
Right. Okay. I kind of let you talk me into it before. That's why we're going that way.
I didn't think about it, I guess.
Okay, so I'm taking. Did I say 9 damage?
Uh, I don't know how much.
You got a
I don't remember.
26, right?
26
I had
and
17. Okay, so 9
17.
damage.
Can you survive? You can
I can
survive.
survive. Is just what I want to do.
Probably
I
want to
have to subtract 9
do
between.
strength and will to live.
Probably because I need the speed to actually have a prayer. And
Yeah.
again, the strength it turns out not to be useful when using a gun all the time.
I feel like the strength isn't very useful in this game.
It is, but not with ranged weapons.
Well, yeah, as long as you have the gun.
So I'm sorry, let's see. I had to take 9, so alright, that's 2 strength. I have to take 7 more. Get rid of all the will to live, and then I have 2 speed. That's it. So I'm just hobbling. Last legs. I need Sasquatch to really save the day. And the moose.
Yeah.
The spruce moose.
Could live, I guess. Um, okay, so you took a lot of damage, you have speed, that's it. Now I guess my wolf is the weakest, so I won't really use him. Also, you're on fire.
Again?
I use flame breath,
Oh, shoot.
so,
Okay. I have to ask about do you do damage in addition to the on fire?
and, that is Spud
Papa Smart always says.
and Ma go for the father. One, the, I don't know, it doesn't, three, three,
Sasquatch is coming for you.
four. Okay,
Oh, big everything.
and, okay, so now we're gonna attack Papa Spud and Ma, and their combined strength is 16, and they both have stone axes. That's +6.
A
So
gun, I shoot them.
22, kind of the same.
Okay, so probably it's for the father.
Yeah.
Let's roll it. Add 12.
Two.
Oh,
Could reroll that.
I guess I'm spending the last will to live on that. I don't know.
I'm gonna reroll two, cause
I roll 2.
well, yeah.
Okay, I'm rerolling. I got a 6. You got a 1.
Got a one.
You dropped
Also, I
your
just
weapon.
moved. Do I grab both weapons?
I don't know. Check.
All right. So you do
You can do the math while I look up if you drop
one
both weapons.
damage. I think. 15. Wait. Yeah, that's right. 15 +6 is 22. And plus my 1.
Doesn't say what you do. Another question: if you have 2 on 1 and you roll a 1, does it both use? I guess let's just rule that you drop one of the weapons. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
don't think 2. Doesn't matter, I guess. One drops. Drop this one. That just what happens to this?
So put it in the space. We're gonna get the letter B,
Here.
or any letter really. Might as well go sequentially.
They can spend one movement to pick it up.
No, you would spend your action to pick it
And
up.
your attack. Your action.
Your action, which would mean you can't attack.
Yeah. And
Where's the B go? I just had it.
B. Grab
Other
it.
B. Where is it here?
Yeah.
Pointing to which square?
Here. Oh, I
I think
don't
we
know.
ever went on the rock. Whatever. Doesn't.
Probably is wrong.
Okay. Now what we do? Anybody else?
I have the wolf, I guess,
Oh,
but
we
I
have
don't
to
know.
resolve this.
What?
Combat.
Take 1 damage. Take 1 damage. Is that right?
I beat you by 1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I already subtracted the.
My 24 versus your
What you doing?
23, was it?
Um. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Father lives to fight another day. And that's the end of the turn.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to rolling for events. Would you like to do the honors?
Actually, I could still move the wolf.
Scream if you want. Okay, move the wolf.
I could scream too. This one's coming off of the block.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Fine. Okay. All right. Just go. Actually, can the no, the wolf can't use weapon.
All right.
Actually,
Yep.
um, not that this matters, but on the wolf it says cannot use weapons. On the
Uh-huh.
naked man it says does not use weapons. I don't know.
They're very sloppy about their verbiage in this
I
game.
guess it's probably the
I
same.
wouldn't
Probably the
worry.
same.
I wouldn't read into that. Okay. Roll for the event table.
So that just means he chooses not to use.
Sure. Yeah, I'll roll if you don't want.
Yeah, sorry.
Or something different.
Doubles. I don't think that matters though.
Doubles don't matter. Four is Ancient Light. Hunted characters gain 2 speed this turn.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good for you.
Hunted characters gain 2 speed. Alright.
That like undoes the freeze.
Well, it doesn't heal them. It just for this turn they can.
Oh, just for this
This
turn.
turn they have 2 extra speed.
Same thing, because that's all they'll have left.
Okay. So they can move 4 speed. I don't want that moose coming. Oh, I'm supposed to move the moose in the event phase,
Oh
right?
yeah,
You're gonna go to whoever's closest, which I think is these guys.
that stack
And he has a speed of 8.
best.
Goes see what's the fastest way to get to us. Would you go around rocks or just go through them? What is a rock? 2? 2 speed. I'm just gonna go straight across, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then he gets stuck there.
Can't do anything yet, but Bigfoot probably can.
He moves on my turn. But first, yeah, I guess I could move Bigfoot now even. I don't know. Okay, he has a speed of what?
I
10.
think he's the fastest.
He could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try to get to this battle, but he wouldn't be quite there. Or he could have joined this one, obviously. Or I could just attack this guy. I kind of want him to be here to have the mom run forward, but then she's gonna get killed by the moose anyway. She's kind of in a lot. She's kind of good, kind of hopeless. She's on fire. She's probably gonna die when she takes her turn. Baby's gonna be dropped on the ground. Poor baby. So he's gonna. I guess the Bigfoot's gonna help with this battle. Ah,
He attacks
attacks
us.
both you guys. It's his strength of 18.
18 versus our 16.
Okay.
Plus a weapon.
They're really that close? Equal?
The +1 for us.
Okay. He's gonna roll. 6. Yeah, Bigfoot 6. Yeah.
I'm just gonna re-roll that because
Okay, spend a will.
I don't want to drop the weapon. So spend a kill. Maybe I'll get a 6. 3. All right. Take 2 damage.
Bigfoot smash. Okay, so Bigfoot's total is 30. What's yours?
16, 19, 30.
Yeah, roll a 6.
We have 18. Okay.
6 counts twice, remember?
All right.
And
That's
it's
why.
12 when you roll a 6.
Right about that. I think it's 8, but 16, 19, 22.
Okay. You're hurt for 8.
8.
They got a 30, right?
Yeah.
So take 8 damage
8.
between these two. Ma and
Pop.
Ma and Papa Smurf. Ma and Pa. They're still alive. Okay. All right. So I guess father try to get the heck out of here. Guess he might as well shoot you before he runs.
Okay.
So let's do that. You're gonna shoot. I don't care. Is it just against one person if I'm shooting? I don't even know.
I think. Can't really.
Yeah. Let's shoot one of them. Who are we shooting? Papa,
I don't know.
what are your stats?
5 for Ma. 7 and 9 for Papa.
Okay. Let's shoot Papa by a 12. Yeah. So that's a 24.
Keep getting the better rolls.
Sixes are coming through. Come on. Don't get a 6. Oh no, you got a 6 too.
6. All right.
Total.
Does this add an extra 6?
Oh, your guy has a
He
special
has an
thing.
extra thing.
Probably cancel out the shot, basically.
So it's a 9 plus his weapon. Does that count? Because it's on the same tile.
Oh, I don't know.
I guess so.
Sure.
I don't think we've been accounting for that, but it's fine. So 6 plus 9 plus another 9 is 18 versus your 12,
24.
24, 24.
I rolled a 6.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Get math right.
Should we just call it a night?
Yeah.
I'm tired too. You probably win, so we'll say you probably win.
Okay. I still have like the pier anywhere.
Yep. Okay, so that's the end. Nobody's watching, so I won't say thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for not watching. Unless Arturo's here. Arturo's gonna say hi right now.
Yeah. And maybe Anthony will watch this later. He likes to do that. But yeah, we had fun. We shouldn't have used these blocks. Oh, that's my bad.
Yeah.
But it's a good game, and in general, these games by Emperor of Eternal Evil don't show up too well on camera, unfortunately. So yeah, probably gonna be done with them as far as streams go.
Friend is watching apparently.
And
Said G.
hi, Dr. Quantum G. But yeah, next time we're planning on playing Night of the Living Dead. I don't know if it's gonna be just me or Rob, Bob, and me together, but that's what this looks like.
Gotta watch that first.
You have to watch it. Yes, it's a good movie. And that's all. Good night. Take care.
Good night.